It's on XM219 Internet 927, Islanders on Internet 937. 7:30 p.m. Detroit Red Wings face the Winnipeg Jets. Red Wings on Sirius and XM channels 91 Internet 929, Jets on Internet 951. 9 p.m. Colorado Avalanche take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Avalanche on XM220 Internet 926, Lightning on Internet 945. 9:30 p.m. Utah Hockey Club face the Calgary Flames. Utah on XM221 Internet 947, Flames on Internet 923. 10:30 p.m. Vancouver Canucks take on the New Jersey Devils. Canucks on Sirius and XM channels 91 Internet 948, Devils on Internet 936.
Hear it all on demand. Your favorite shows, your favorite games. Don't miss a second of your favorite SiriusXM programming on demand with the SiriusXM app. Download it now for free.
Hockey Hall of Famer and Stanley Cup champion for the Edmonton Oilers and New York Rangers, Mark Messier joined Scott Laughlin on the morning skate for SiriusXM NHL Network Radio on Channel 91 to discuss the pressures of Game 7 after having played in 9 Game 7s himself, winning 7 of them, and how you can either thrive under pressure or crumble underneath it.
I must look at Game 7s, Mark, like I do overtime in the Stanley Cup playoffs or overtime in any sporting event where you've got so much pressure on you and every play gets magnified. Could you, during the course of your career, and you don't have to name names, but could you look around the dressing room or could you look on the opposing bench and could you figure out those that wanted to be the hero and those that just wanted to avoid making the mistake? I mean, was that plain for you to see that there were those that wanted the puck on their stick with the game on the line that could thrive under pressure, and then you had the opposite as well?
I felt myself in those moments there defaulting to the more defensive side of the game. And then I played with my right winger who I won 6 Stanley Cups with, Glenn Anderson. He was the kind of guy that was trying to, really drive hard offensively and take the game and try to score the winning goal. And we're on the same line. Maybe that the difference of us in our mentalities work perfectly. But everybody's wired different. Everybody's got fear, failure. The best have that, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay to internalize those feelings, but you can't let them paralyze you. And it's for me, going into a Game 7, I allowed myself to visualize what if we didn't win, leading up to the game, and then slowly as you get closer to the game, you allow yourself to kind of push the negative feelings aside and you start to fill yourself up with all the great things that are going to happen and what you need to do to execute the game plan, and of course ultimately to seeing yourself holding the trophy. And as the game starts, all the negative and the positive go away, and then you drill yourself down into just executing the game plan, and you don't think about the what ifs and what should have been or what could have been. You just really kind of play in the moment. And I think trust becomes a massive word when you think about it. Can I trust each one of the players that are going out there to not only to do their part from a strategic standpoint, be in the right position, be in the right places at the right time, but not get undisciplined and take poor penalties at the wrong time because their ego is bruised and someone took advantage of them, then being able to hold all that in check. So there's just so many dynamics to think about for a team in order to overcome all the obstacles to win a championship. And it's fascinating to me. It's one of the reasons I was able to play 26 years, because once you do it, you understand how fun it is, but also how complicated and intricate it is to kind of get not only the team from a physical standpoint to come together, but how a team comes together emotionally, mentally, and the spirituality around a team and the respect that lives inside that locker room is incredible.
The PGA Tour comes to life on SiriusXM. It's your destination for everything on the tour. Hear live hole-by-hole coverage and expert analysis. PGA Tour Radio, SiriusXM 92.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Wednesday, October the 30th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL, 7 p.m., Columbus Blue Jackets take on the New York Islanders. Jackets on XM219 Internet 927, Islanders on Internet 937. 7:30 p.m. Detroit Red Wings face the Winnipeg Jets. Red Wings on Sirius XM Channels 91 Internet 929, Jets on Internet 951. 9 p.m. Colorado Avalanche take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Avalanche on XM220 Internet 926, Lightning on Internet 945. 9:30 p.m. Utah Hockey Club face the Calgary Flames. Utah on XM221 Internet 947, Flames on Internet 923. 10:30 p.m. Vancouver Canucks take on the New Jersey Devils. Canucks on Sirius XM Channels 91 Internet 948, Devils on Internet 936. 10:30 p.m. LA Kings take on the Vegas Golden Knights. Kings on XM219 Internet 932, Knights on Internet 949. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM NHL schedule for Wednesday, October the 30th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL, 7 p.m., Columbus Blue Jackets take on the New York Islanders. Jackets on XM219 Internet 927, Islanders on Internet 937. 7:30 p.m. Detroit Red Wings face the Winnipeg Jets. Red Wings on Sirius XM Channels 91 Internet 929, Jets on Internet 951. 9 p.m. Colorado Avalanche take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Avalanche on XM220 Internet 926, Lightning on Internet 945. 9:30 p.m. Utah Hockey Club face the Calgary Flames. Utah on XM221 Internet 947, Flames on Internet 923. 10:30 p.m. Vancouver Canucks take on the New Jersey Devils. Canucks on Sirius XM Channels 91 Internet 948, Devils on Internet 936.
Sirius XM has soccer covered end to end. Sirius XM FC. Hear live play-by-play and talk shows hosted by legends of the game. It's Sirius XM FC on Channel 157.
Mark Messier is a 6-time Stanley Cup champion. He won 5 with the Edmonton Oilers and 1 with the New York Rangers, and is the only player to captain 2 teams to Stanley Cup championships. In Edmonton, after winning back-to-back Stanley Cup championships in 1984 and 85, it wasn't until 1987 where the team would win their 3rd Stanley Cup championship. Speaking on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, Messier joined Scott Laughlin for the morning skate on Sirius XM Channel 91 to talk about what it was like to win that 1987 Stanley Cup Finals series against the Philadelphia Flyers, despite blowing a 3-1 series lead and having to win it in a Game 7.
Mark, let's go back to the 1987 Canada, or not Canada Cup. That was still to come.
That was a good Canada Cup.
That wasn't Game 7, but that was an all-decider as well, as we know. But for Game 7... Yeah, that was pretty good stuff. But 87 in the Stanley Cup final, you're facing Philadelphia. You're up 3-1 in the series. They come back to tie it. Now you've got Game 7. Take us back to your greatest remembrances of, again, almost letting the series slip away and then having that opportunity in Game 7 to come up big, which you guys clearly did.
Well, it just goes to show you that we felt back in 87, we were really at the peak of that team in some ways. Some people think 85 team was the best team ever. 87, I think, was probably the most talented team. I think 85 team had a better overall record. I think it was 16-1 or 16-2 in that playoff year. 87, we got tangled up against Philadelphia, but we felt we're a better team. But sports isn't about who's a better team. It's about the belief system inside the dressing room. And Philadelphia wouldn't quit. Mike Keenan wouldn't allow the young Philadelphia team to quit. They were kind of banged up. They had some injuries, but they were able to extend the series after what we thought probably should have been maybe at least 4 or 5 game series. We lost, I think, the first game, if I remember correctly, and then came back and went 3 in a row, coming home to win the 5th game, only to realize that winning a championship, even after all the experience we had, is not that easy. And then going back to Philadelphia for Game 6, and they trounced us in Philly. Now we find ourselves in a Game 7, and then once you get to a Game 7, anything can happen. You can get a bad break, an unlucky bounce, as we've seen in the past. And so everything's at stake, everything's on the line, and I think luckily for us, we're able to, really kind of rely on our experiences that we had in the past. We felt incredibly confident that if we went out and played our best game and Philadelphia went out and played their best game. Our best was going to be good enough. But even with that, there was so much uncertainty. And sure enough, we were able to win our third cup in 4 years, which was quite an incredible feat.
That was Hockey Hall of Famer and Stanley Cup champion for the Edmonton Oilers, Mark Messier, on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio's The Morning Skate with Scott Laughlin on Channel 91.
Follow every second of the action on NHL Network Radio. From behind the bench to every play on the ice. If it's hockey, it's on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM NHL schedule for Wednesday, October the 30th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL, 7 p.m., Columbus Blue Jackets take on the New York Islanders. Jackets on XM219 Internet 927, Islanders on Internet 937. 7:30 p.m., Detroit Red Wings face the Winnipeg Jets. Red Wings on Sirius XM channels 91 Internet 929, Jets on Internet 951. 9 p.m., Colorado Avalanche take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Avalanche on XM220 Internet 926, Lightning on Internet 945. 9:30 p.m., Utah Hockey Club face the Calgary Flames. Utah on XM221 Internet 947, Flames on Internet 923. 10:30 p.m., Vancouver Canucks take on the New Jersey Devils. Canucks on Sirius XM channels 91 Internet 948, Devils on Internet 936. 10:30 p.m., LA Kings take on the Vegas Golden Knights. Kings on XM219 Internet 932, Knights on Internet 949. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM NHL schedule for Wednesday, October the 30th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL, 7 p.m., Columbus Blue Jackets take on the New York Islanders. Jackets on XM219 Internet 927, Islanders on Internet 937. 7:30 p.m., Detroit Red Wings face the Winnipeg Jets. Red Wings on Sirius XM channels 91 Internet 929, Jets on Internet 951. 9 p.m., Colorado Avalanche take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Avalanche on XM220 Internet 926, Lightning on Internet 945. 9:30 p.m., Utah Hockey Club face the Calgary Flames. Utah on XM221 Internet 947, Flames on Internet 923. 10:30 p.m., Vancouver Canucks take on the New Jersey Devils. Canucks on Sirius XM channels 91 Internet 948, Devils on Internet 936.
Sirius XM Fantasy Sports Radio is the place for expert advice, strategy, and information for the best fantasy sports analysis to win your league. Plus, hear pick-by-pick coverage of live drafts and interviews with top players, coaches, and team executives on Sirius XM 87.
New York Rangers legend and Hockey Hall of Famer Mark Messier joined Scott Laughlin on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91, to share what it was like to play in the 1994 finals with the New York Rangers, as well as ending the 54-year drought for the franchise and how that team represented what a hockey team is all about.
Well, look, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about 1994 as well. You mentioned Mike Keenan. We spoke with him in studio a couple of weeks ago. He still speaks so highly of you and of that run. So take us back to ending the 54-year drought. In Game 7, you get a power play goal. You shovel a puck underneath of Kirk McLean. Stands up as the game winner, as it turns out. So take us back to that hot, steamy night. What was it, June 14th of 1994 at the Garden in New York?
You're listening to NHL Play-by-Play on Sirius XM.
Are in the air. Here comes the confetti from high atop the Joe Louis Arena.
This is Detroit Red Wings hockey. The Red Wings Tonight is brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Confidence comes with every card.
Welcome to Hockey Town, where tonight the Detroit Red Wings, with points in 4 of their last 5 games, meet up with a hockey power. The Winnipeg Jets were a perfect 8-0 to start the season, but a 6-4 loss to the Toronto Maple Leafs 2 nights ago has them now at 8-1, but they still rank atop the entire National Hockey League.
Head coach Scott O'Neill, the Winnipeg Jets have 16 points, as Bob had mentioned to start the season, looking to bounce back of that disappointing home ice loss to the Toronto Maple Leafs.
It's the Soaring Wings versus Jet Propulsion on the Detroit Red Wings Radio Network.
Detroit Red Wings hockey.
Brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm, Corwell Health, Jack Demmer Ford, Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, Metro Detroit Chevrolet Dealers, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, Jack Demmer Lincoln, Detroit Area Toyota Dealers, Wallside Windows, Meyer, McLaren Health, United Wholesale Mortgage, Feiger Law, Chevrolet, Rocket Mortgage, Priority, and Little Caesars.
This is Detroit Red Wings hockey.
All we do is win.
We are Feiger Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Red Wings. For over 70 years, Feiger Law has been your hometown team of trial lawyers for auto crashes, truck accidents, birth trauma, and injuries due to medical malpractice. Let our team of homegrown trial lawyers win big for you. Feiger Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Red Wings. All we do is win.
All we do is win.
Better access means better care. That's why we're making it easier to get the care you need when you need it. More locations, more specialists, exclusive cancer treatments, and the latest clinical trials mean better access to the breakthroughs of tomorrow today. All tailored to give you your best chance. Carmanis Cancer Institute, your care, our commitment. Find the care you need at carmanis.org.
Face Off with Daniela Bruce.
Welcome everybody inside Little Caesars Arena for tonight's matchup between the Winnipeg Jets and your Detroit Red Wings. The Wings are coming off of a 3-2 overtime loss to the Edmonton Oilers on Sunday at LCA. JT Compher and Andrew Kopp both scored for Detroit. Kopp also picked up an assist, giving him 5 points in his last 5 games. He also has 4 goals on the season, which is a team high. The Red Wings made a trade late last night, sending defenseman Olli Maatta to Utah for a 2025 third-round pick. The trade should free up some valuable minutes for young defenseman Albert Johansson. Tonight, you'll see Alex Lyon back in net for Detroit. Vladimir Tarasenko has been bit by the flu bug and is not expected to play tonight. Tyler Mott is still day-to-day with an upper body injury. A lot of the league sits around the 500 mark right now, including the Red Wings with a 4-4-1 record. One of those outliers is the Winnipeg Jets. They post a league-best 8-1 record through the first 9 games of the season, with their first loss coming on Monday against the Leafs. Kyle Connor has 8 goals through those 9 games and has registered 14 points. The Jets also have the best power play in the league as of right now, converting at a 44.4% rate. Jets goaltender Connor Hellebuck has 6 wins on the year and boasts a .925 save percentage. Next, Derek Lalone will join me with a closer look at today's matchup with the Winnipeg Jets right here on the Detroit Red Wings radio network.
My Sheets Rewards is like a passport to saving money. Everything you buy, whether it's gas, peanuts, milkshakes, or a sub loaded up with an entire pound of toppings, will earn you points. Then you can turn those points into savings across the store and pumps. Because Sheets knows that their freaks don't just love cramming their faces with the weirdest made-to-orders possible, but they also crave the feeling of building up to exclusive offers and freebies. Download the Sheets app today and start saving like a freak. Why the Sheets not?
J.P. Weiser's Canadian Whiskey is a proud partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Sure, we could have teamed up with Toronto, or Montreal, or even Ottawa. But we'd rather support our neighbors across the river, because we've been doing things our way since 1857. So grab a bottle of our smooth, new 10-year-old whiskey and taste what it means to be wisely done.
Inside the Locker Room.
Daniela Bruce here with Inside the Locker Room, brought to you by Meyer. Joining us today, Red Wings head coach Derek Lalone. Derek, let's start with the trade of Olli Maatta that came through late last night. You guys have had 8 NHLD all season long. You had it for a little bit last season too. Just how did you take the news that Olli had been traded?
Certainly understandable. You did mention it. I think we had 8 NHL caliber D that could play every night. It is tough to manage. I think Steve was being patient, letting this play out. I lean on Steve a lot. on in-game decisions, who our rosters going to be in the night, because there wasn't a lot of clarity between maybe D5 and 8, and you saw guys going in and out. We had different reasons for different lineups, so certainly understandable. I think it's probably a little more credit to the emergence and development of Albert. But at the same time, Ole was a really good player for us for 2+ years. He was a really good pro. Personally, I had a really good relationship with him, so I understand it. Always tough to see a good player and a good pro like that to move on.
You credit some of your younger defensemen. Albert Johansson is one that pops into my mind first that might get some more opportunity because of this trade. How beneficial can this be for him?
I think huge, and I know it's just a small sample size, but we've been very happy with Albert in his 3 games. We've been wanting to see him, wanting to keep him in more, and it certainly alleviates some of those decisions. So certainly a credit to him. It's one thing to do it at the AHL level, and again, I know it's a small sample size, but he's starting to show he can do it at the NHL level. Obviously, 8D are not ideal, but you never need 8 until you need 8. So it's tough to lose some of that depth. But it also, I think, speaks something to some of our guys in Grand Rapids. We'd be very confident with 2 or 3D come up and giving us minutes. So certainly an understandable and well thought out business decision.
Vladimir Tarasenko didn't skate this morning. What's his status for tonight's game against Winnipeg?
To be a game time decision. I don't expect to see him. We're still going to give him the day. He's been fighting through this same flu bug that's been just knocking us out periodically throughout the last couple of weeks. So we have no problem playing 7 and 11. We could call a guy up. I think we'll have a body here. So probably more of a game time decision.
You said Alex Lyon will go tonight, and you have been kind of going back and forth between your 2 goaltenders in Cam Talbot and Alex Lyon. What have you liked about the tandem of those 2 so far?
Huge positive for us. We've gotten 3, 4, 5 quality starts in a row. I don't think it's an accident. This little segment of going 3-1-1, taking 4 points, 4 games in 4 of the last 5 has a lot to do with our goaltending. So I think it's a positive to keep both playing and hopefully going at a high level.
Winnipeg lost their first game of the season earlier this week. They're 8-1 heading into tonight's matchup. What has impressed you about this Winnipeg team?
The whole thing. First of all, it's really hard to win 8 straight games in this league, especially today's NHL at the beginning. You can see literally half the league is sitting around 500, us being one of them. So I think it's very impressive, but the depth, it's a high-end skill and pace throughout their lineup, size throughout their lineup, obviously world-class goaltending, and obviously very well coached. So this will be a really good challenge for us.
What will give you the edge tonight? What are you guys focused on in playing a team like this?
I think ourselves, kind of where we were. I would give us probably the last 5 periods. I've liked our game, done a little bit better job in suppressing shots, and especially it's been a little bit of an issue for us. And you have a high volume shot team here, so I still think it's about our game, doing those quality things, getting defensive stops, putting it in transition, spending a little time with the puck, wall play, and obviously I think staying out of the box. We've gone through some gas on some power play, some high-end offenses, and here they are the number 1 power play in the league. So I think it's going to be a lot of it, but I think it's going to be a lot on us.
Awesome. Thank you, Newsy. Appreciate the time today.
Thank you.
This has been Inside the Locker Room, brought to you by Meijer, a proud hometown partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Now let's take a look around the league.
Around the League with Daniela Bruce.
Around the League is brought to you by Bud Light, the official beer of the Detroit Red Wings. Today we'll look at yesterday's West Coast matchup between the San Jose Sharks and LA Kings. San Jose was off to another 0-9 start before registering their first win over Utah in OT on Monday night. Last night in the second half of a back-to-back, the Sharks were still hungry. After a scoreless first period, former Red Wing Jake Wallman opened up the scoring for San Jose in the second. Akil Thomas got LA on the board, and the second frame ended in a 1-1 tie. Each team would add another early in the third, and here's Tyler Toffoli to break the tie.
Good little bump by Wallman, knocking his man down, throwing it in front of the net. Toffoli shoots, he scores! Jake Wallman made that play. Tyler Toffoli finished it off, and Toffoli's goal against his former team puts the Sharks in front 3-2 with 8:58 to go.
William Eklund added the late empty netter for San Jose, and the Sharks went on to win their second straight game with a final score of 4-2. Jake Wallman finished with a goal and 2 assists to lead the way for San Jose. The Sharks have the night off tonight and will welcome in the Blackhawks tomorrow, while LA will be back in action tonight hosting the Vegas Golden Knights. Around the League is brought to you by Bud Light, the official beer of the Detroit Red Wings.
Get Get all your holiday shopping done in just one stop with early holiday deals at Meijer. Save big this week on gifts for everyone. For the competitive ones on your list, select puzzles and board games are buy two, get one free. Share the sense of the season with Yankee Candle products. Buy one, get one for $1. And for those who believe that bigger is always better, save $200 on an Element 65-inch Zumo TV. Shop even more great gift ideas like these in the Meijer Holiday Gift Guide. Available on Meijer.com, in-store, or in the Meijer app. Exclusions apply.
You don't like to brag, but you're a pretty impressive person. You're detail-oriented, have a great work ethic, and you're a great communicator. Stop being so modest. Use all your amazing qualities to start a career at UWM. You'll get paid training, growth opportunities, and enjoy our inclusive workplace culture. Of course you don't want to take credit for your awesomeness. That's so you. Apply at uwmjobs.com today. Opportunity lives here.
Imagine a world where technology transforms the way we think about our environment. Welcome to Priority, where we're redefining the future of recycling and cleanliness with cutting-edge tech. Our innovative solutions are designed for those who demand smarter, more efficient ways to care for our planet. We're not just ahead of the curve, we're creating it. Ready to join the revolution? Visit PriorityWaste.com and see how we're setting the new standards in the industry. Priority, where technology meets sustainability.
Hurry up and try Little Caesars Crazy Puffs. They're 4 fun-sized Crazy Puffs packed with layers of pepperoni, cheese, and sauce, and perfect on the go. Enjoy Crazy Puffs on a unicycle. Whoa! In a hot air balloon! Or riding piggyback on your friend Keith. Faster, Keith, faster!
Can I have a delicious Crazy Puff?
Sorry, Keith, they're too tasty. Whee! Try Little Caesars Crazy Puffs on the go for only $3.99.
Pizza.
Available at participating locations. Prices may vary. Prices higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and third-party online sites, plus tax.
At Corewell Health, we know time doesn't heal all wounds. Hard work, innovation, and we do. We're fighting cancer with proton therapy and music therapy. We're turning back the clock on Parkinson's with deep brain stimulation and outsmarting blood clots in seconds instead of days. Because this is your time to take control of your health. And it's time to show that together, we can. Corewell Health.
From the rink with Daniela Bruce.
Daniela Bruce joined today by Red Wings forward Patrick Kane. Patrick, 9 games into the season right now. What is your feel on where this team is at currently?
We're 4-4-1, and I think we could be even better. So I think the theme coming into this year was we wanted more, and I think we're at that spot right now. So whether it's you look at our last game, we played really well in the first. That was probably one of our best periods of the season, and just need that a little bit more consistently.
For a team that is focusing a lot on defense and now kind of trying to balance that and also finding your offense, how have you seen that progress over the last few games?
Yeah, it could be better. I think we got ourselves into some good positions against some good teams where we've had the lead, and I think we've done a good job of kind of preserving it, but it's a lot of pressure on our goaltender, a lot of pressure on the defensive end. You're playing defense a lot and then kind of chipping it out and changing, not really setting up the next line for a good shift. So, I think we can do a better job of maybe making 1 or 2 plays out of our end, and then all of a sudden you get an odd-man rush, you capitalize, maybe you score, and it's a little bit even tougher for them to come back and get themselves in the game. But at the same time, you want to be good defensively, especially against a team like Edmonton. They have some creative players, they're tough to defend. So, but I think the best way to do that sometimes is limit their possessions.
In your career, you've been a pretty offensive player. How have you been able to find that balance of making sure you are responsible defensively, but still doing what you do best?
Yeah, absolutely. You got to play to your strengths as a player. As much as I want to be good defensively, I'm not brought in here to, be in my defensive end and block shots or anything like that. As much as you want to do that stuff and help out the team, I need to, for me, my game is finding the ways to get the puck as much as possible. And then, I know I can make good plays after that. So, that's kind of where I'm at with my game, but hopefully keep progressing here.
Winnipeg next up for you guys, and they just lost their first game of the season on Monday, so they post an 8-1 record right now. What does the scouting report say about them when you look back at some of the video? What's making them so good right now?
I think they have some lethal players, Kyle Connor's off to a great start, Scheifele, Ehlers, they have a good checking line in that Lowry line. Obviously a great goaltender in Hellebuck. So they're pretty deep lineup across the board. You do have to play good defense against these guys, but sometimes against offensive players, if maybe you catch them cheating or catch them making a turnover, you can take it the other way and hopefully make them pay.
Thank you, Patrick. Appreciate your time today.
Thanks, Danielle.
This has been Daniela Bruce with Red Wings forward Patrick Kane. Now let's get back for tonight's Keys to the Game.
Today's Keys to the Game.
Keys to the game, of course, Paul Woods has got that for you as we come your way high atop the ice inside Little Caesars Arena, downtown Detroit. Bob Kaiser in for Ken Cal. Of course, a constant in Wings radio history is Mr. Paul Woods.
Good to see you back in the saddle one more time. That's good.
Such a pleasure to be alongside you and Daniela.
We had an over-under on that, how many games it would take before we saw you again. And
I heard it was Thanksgiving. Most said before Thanksgiving, and those that did were right.
No one wants to miss a game. I know Ken is just frustrated at home listening and stuff, but
he's doing good, though.
He should be back by Saturday, but it's always good to see you.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Paul. So tonight the Jets are in town, a team that began 8-0, well documented. And you go back to last year, they were 8-0 to finish off the regular season, and then they ran into a buzzsaw on the Colorado Avalanche in the playoffs. They're 16-1 though in their last 17 regular season games.
It's an amazing franchise. And Kevin Chevalier, off the general manager, continues to do a great job. But Scott Arneal took over from Rick Bowness. Rick retired after so many great seasons of national hockey, but Arneal, who was an associate coach before, has just taken up where he left off. And again, they're just a surprising team. Over 100 points in the regular season last year. They're on pace easily for that this year already. But one flaw I did see is looking through the numbers today about the Winnipeg Jets. They're not a good 5-on-5 team. They're really good in the power play. Pretty good in the penalty killing as well. I think they're fourth in PK, number one in the power play. Great goaltending, Connor Hellebuck. That's no surprise. But you go to the plus-minus, they're actually -2 in the season, 5-on-5. The Red Wings are even. So again, the key of a game is going to be number one, just play them even strength. Stay out of that penalty box, play them 5-on-5, and maybe not quite as good as their record, the Winnipeg Jets.
They're 8-1, leading the National Hockey League, and yet they're 30th in the league, Paul, in even strength goals, plus minus. Like you said, I mean, they're not scoring a ton when it's 5-on-5.
And one of the things that stands out too is their third line is just outstanding. And again, that line with Adam Lowry, the captain of the Winnipeg Jets, that was a very good decision by the franchise, making him the captain. Nino Niedermayer on one side, and then you got Appleton on the other side, and that group has got 23 points, 10 goals, and most of their stuff's coming even strength. So when they do get even strength scoring, it's coming from the third and fourth lines. The Wings are lacking in that same situation. They've got to get more now from the third and fourth lines, but the way Marco Kasper is playing, he's only played a couple of games now, that's going to turn around for Detroit. But this is a very important game for the Red Wings. They've got Atlantic Division Buffalo coming in here on Saturday night, and that'll be another important game for Detroit.
Not to spend a ton of time on the Jets, so we'll have plenty of time to do just that. But another hot stat, you and I were talking earlier, for a team, that front line scores a lot, but they also give up a lot. And case in point, Mark Scheifele, one of the top 5 scorers in the National Hockey League right now, with 12 points in an 8-1 season for the Winnipeg Jets, and yet he's a -1.
Well, the coaching staff of the Red Wings really made a good move in the last game against Edmonton, moving Andrew Kopp up in that second line with JT Compher and Patrick King. And that changed things around. It really changed the balance of rubbing of 4 lines. Marco Kasper has been a godsend since coming back from Grand Rapids. All of a sudden now, our third line is much stronger. Jonathan Berggren, and now Michael Rasmussen moves up there tonight, so that's a capable third line. Joe Valeno, Christian Fischer, and I think Austin Watson has been called up as well. He'd be on the left side of that line. But those third and fourth lines could be very good, as I mentioned. The Lowry line, outstanding, the best third line probably in the game of hockey right now. So those third and fourth lines going to have some very important shifts during the course of this hockey game.
Well, there's no doubt. Right now the big topic of discussion with the Wings is just that finding that balance between offense and defense. And a great case in point was Sunday. You jump out to a lead on Edmonton, you just completely dominate him in the first period, and then you go into that defensive shell, almost afraid to continue to put the foot on the gas, Paul. And this team's got enough offensive talent to keep playing that way.
Yeah, but we've tried that in years gone by, Bob. We've tried it, and trying to go offensively and stuff. Next thing you know, we lose the hockey game. Right. And again, I really like the Red Wings' commitment to defense. I think the Wings are a much better defensive team. 9 games into the season. season. They're a much better team in goal. Alex Lyon starting tonight. He's been sensational. 9.40 save percentage. That's better than Connor Hellebuck down the Winnipeg Jets. So we've got good goaltending. We're tying in. This is the thing about defense. You've got to commit to it. It's going to hurt you a little bit offensively, but you can win close hockey games. You can grind it out. You know how to do it. When you just go run and gun and try and score as many goals as you can, bad things usually start to happen.
Do you agree? Do you see the comments from Andrew Kopp? And there's a guy right there. Do you redefine his position a little bit? I mean, to allow him to play more offensively, and because he's a former 60-point guy, and now the numbers are down in that regard.
Well, he played a lot for the Winnipeg Jets, and he played that third line with Adam Lowry. He was one of the best third lines in the game of hockey again, so he can be a very productive player and probably a little bit easier for him. As you mentioned, center ice in hockey is the toughest position to play. You got all the responsibility, back in your own zone deep, in the offensive zone, making good judgments. You got to take all the face-offs, and you got to get your forwards involved in the offense. So it's a big job description for an NHL center iceman. Playing the 200-foot game is pretty much what you got to do, right? Well, again, there's not much difference between these NHL teams, and again, I think the Red Wings encouraged. They led the game against the Edmonton Oilers in most of that hockey game, gave it up in the third period, lost it in sudden death overtime, but I expect them to come out here tonight and have a very strong game against these Winnipeg Jets.
Well, the Jets and the Red Wings coming back out of the ice down below here inside Little Caesars Arena, where the Wings will be in action again on Saturday as they welcome the Buffalo Sabres to town. And boy, these are big hockey games, Paul. I remember towards the end of last year, they were referencing games early on in the campaign. You look back and you're kicking yourself for losing certain games. Those 4-point games, they are just as important game 3 of the year as they are game 73 of the year.
You're right on with that. Florida Panthers sit atop that Atlantic Division, 15 points in the season. But I think the wheel's going to come off them a little bit. They are going to get Alexander Barkov back. He came back the last game. They're going to Finland, play a couple of games. But the team that's most improved in the Atlantic, I think, is Tampa Bay. Toronto Maple Leafs are not playing like it right now. I think they'll get there. And how about those Boston Bruins? They started well, but the Bruins now the dead last in the Atlantic Division. Ottawa's won a couple of games now in a row. They're up to 5-4-0 to start the first 9 games. And of course, we'll see those Buffalo Sabres here Saturday night. Another crucial game for both the Red Wings and Buffalo.
Yeah, Ottawa 4-1 at home. Pretty impressive. Certainly a lot of competition again this year in the Eastern Conference for those 8 playoff spots. It's the Jets and the Red Wings tonight in downtown Detroit. We'll be back with all the play-by-play of period number 1. Stand by. National Hockey League action is next on the Detroit Red Wings Radio Network.
I'm Dan Campbell, head coach of the Detroit Lions. Everyone knows you get aggressive on 4th down, and everyone knows you call Sam if you're injured. Why not? They've been offering their no-fee guarantee forever, and they always give everyone a free call and consultation. Not to mention they've recovered billions of dollars for their clients, and they've had the winning record for over 50 years. That's why everyone knows you call Sam if you're injured. It's the best call you can make after an accident. Some things just aren't up for debate. Injured? Call Sam.
1-800-CALL-SAM.
It's alive! Wallside Windows has built a monster of an offer. 80 months, no interest, with no down payment. Or save an extra 20% off when you pay cash. Plus half off every window you buy. We've created our best offer yet. You'll save thousands, and installation is guaranteed by the holidays. 80 months, no interest. Call Wallside today. 1-800-521-7800 or go to wallside.com.
Ohio Stadium, where the Wolverine and Buckeye States meet to throw fuel on a century-old rivalry. But this time, it's different. This time, the roles of red and blue are reversed. This time, it's hockey at the shoe. The Blue Jackets and Red Wings take it outside with the Navy Federal Credit Union NHL Stadium Series. Buy tickets now.
Face-off is just moments away as we pause for station identification on the Detroit Red Wings Radio Network.
Everything is better on ice. Through the legs. Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
At the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ready to go with National Hockey League action tonight. The Red Wings and Winnipeg Jets, the first of two, the 35th meeting all time between these great franchises. And the Wings have had a little bit of an upper hand on the Jets, hoping to continue just that here tonight. 17-15, 0-2, including 10-6, 0-2 here in downtown Detroit. Starting lineup tonight brought to you by Wallside Windows.
And we'll be Connor Hellebuck getting in start. The Michigan native, very good start to the season. .925 save percentage back on the blue line. Neil Pionk, he's got 10 points. Dylan Sandberg. And up front, that third line, the checking line, Adam Lowry, Nino Niederreiter, and Mason Appleton.
For the Wings, Alex Lyon in the goal to our right-hand side. Justin Hall and Albert Johansson get the start on defense up front. It's a line of Marco Kasper, Michael Rasmussen, Jonathan Berggren. Injury report presented to you by McLaren Healthcare. Tyler Mott remains sidelined. Vladimir Tarasenko out tonight with the flu bug. First period brought to you by Meijer, hometown partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Bob Kaiser again in for Ken Cal, just a little under the weather, alongside Paul Woods and Daniela Bruce. We are live high atop the ice here at Little Caesars Arena, and certainly thrilled to have you along with us as the play underway here in the opening period, and the Jets with the puck in the Detroit zone. A shot that goes deflecting up out of play.
And there it is, that impressive third line, good quality shift. And that's what teams have wanted. Daniela was talking about that earlier, the previous game, about fast starts, quality starts, and that's what your third and fourth lines can do for you. Get momentum going your way early in the opening period.
Red Wings Alex Lyon will look at a draw to his right-hand side. As I mentioned earlier, the Winnipeg Jets going back to last year, 16-1 in their last 17 regular season games. Finished off last year with 8 straight wins, and I don't know what happened to them in the playoffs. They won the first game of the playoffs against Colorado last year, Paul, but they couldn't keep the puck out of their own net.
But they've been like that for 2 seasons in a row, and that's a big question mark for Winnipeg Jets, but you got to give them lots of credit just for getting there.
Winnipeg, in fact, gave up 28 goals in a 5-game series against Colorado, losing 4 games to 1, winning the first, losing each of the last 4. Now Sider with the puck in his own zone. He'll whistle it around the far side where Dylan Larkin will chip it out to center ice. Mark Scheifele up with it right in front of the Red Wing bench. Got knocked down by Lucas Raymond as the play goes on, and the puck now played along the Winnipeg blue line. Dylan DeMello lost it. It's picked up now by the Wings, and across the line here's Patrick Kane. Kane will launch it in wide of the Winnipeg net. Up with the puck off the end boards, Neil Pionk taken away. Wings have got it in the Winnipeg zone. A pass into the high slot, skipped right over the stick of Ben Sherratt, and winds up back in the Detroit zone.
It was the right idea. Saucer pass by Patrick Kane down below the goal line. Unfortunately, did not connect with Ben Sherratt. He was wide open on that left side.
Petrie with a nifty move at center. Now drop the puck off. Wings hit the front of the net to give and go, and a pass back to Kopp. He steered it wide. He kind of ran into a skate there, and the puck now back in Detroit territory once again. Played by Petrie. Long stretch pass. Here's Kane. He's got an opening with a man. Kopp in front. Oh, what a great chance, and he sailed it right over the glove and the crossbar of Hellebuck. Terrific chance there for Andrew Kopp coming off a 2-goal game. Now the puck played at center ice where the Jets will work it back into the Detroit zone and flip it behind Lyons, who wanders out of his net and feeds it around the near side. Shot right back in by Winnipeg.
Connor Hellebuck was the best goaltender in the NHL in the first 8 games he started this year. The Jets started this year, but not so good in the last game against the Maple Leafs, giving up 5 goals.
Jets fell behind 4-0 in that game, Paul. And
it took an empty netter to put them away.
They made it 4-2, and then it was 5-2 before they made it 5-4 with still about 4 minutes to go. And then the empty netter, as Paul mentioned. Now Red Wings attempting to penetrate that Winnipeg zone, unable to do so. Jets back up. Connor right in front of the score. What a play. Kyle Connor setting up Gabriel Velarde right on the doorstep, and he tucked it into the crossbar at 2:48 of the opening period. It's the Jets on top 1-0.
He's a dangerous man, Kyle Connor, 15 points. You and I were talking about him in the pregame show. We're looking at his numbers, and he was real good offensive, but not so good defensive. Boy, he turned it on coming down that left side, and just a perfect cross-ice pass to Gabriel Velarde, and nothing Alex Galion could do about that when he put it up top right below the crossbar. 1-0 lead for the Winnipeg Jets.
Velarde with his third of the season.
They got him in that big blockbuster deal a couple of seasons ago for Pierre-Luc Dubois. Dubois now playing for the Washington Capitals. They got Velarde in that deal. I follow in that deal. And also Rampus Kapari, who's the number 4 center iceman tonight. So 3 players plus 2 draft picks for Pierre-Luc Dubois. That trade did not work out well for the LA Kings.
That was a trade in which the Jets obtained some youth, which they need. Paul, as we were talking earlier, they've got 11 players on this team with over 500 games in the National Hockey League, which is not a bad thing by any stretch, obviously, because the Jets are right now the best team in the National Hockey League.
Pierre-Luc Dubois, though, he's just been around lots of different places, just can't seem to stay in one spot again, and he's just got so many good things about him, but just doesn't seem to be able to play well or at high level consistently.
Jets have got the puck right now down in the Detroit zone, turning with it near side, and Dylan Coughlin, a shot they rolled off the end of his stick, and the Wings pick it up. Casper at center, lifted it to the line, played by Jonathan Berggren. He drops it back, and Sherratt with a big windup. That shot off of a stick to the end boards, where the Jets will go get it, and back up ice they'll go as Ehlers will play it. Flipped it into the Red Wings end, where quickly Larkin chopped it up the near side boards all the way down. That's an icing call against Detroit. 16:04 left in the first. Velarde is third from Connor at 2:48, and the Jets are on top 1-0.
Lots of games around the National Hockey League. New York Condors are slumping right there now on the road against the red-hot Columbus Blue Jackets. No one expected Columbus to be where they are right now, what they went through in the offense season. Great job of that coaching staff. Tampa Bay in Colorado. Colorado besieged with injuries right now. Puck is dropped. Winnipeg wins the draw.
Connor a shot, the save. Oh my goodness, what a stop when they actually went in. As there's, where did that puck go?
I think it hit the back of the net and just bounced. There's a pad there and just came right back. It was sort of like a thud sound that puck went in.
The Jets have taken a 2-0 lead. I was going to say, if Lions stopped that would have been the save of the season. And that rebound attempt, the shot from the near side through traffic. Lion got a piece of it.
That was Neil Pionka moving in. That's Pionk's 11th point of the season. Not known for his offense. He's got 2 goals now. He's also got 9 assists and a quick start here by the Winnipeg Jets.
4:02. Jets get that one, and Wings find themselves in an early hole as the Jets certainly responding well from their first loss of the season a couple of nights ago against Toronto.
And no chance at all for Alex Lyon in either of those 2 first goals. It's a good quick start by the Winnipeg Jets, and there's the importance of face-offs, defensive face-offs. You've got to win that draw. You just can't lose it cleanly if you do, and that's what's going to happen.
The Red Wings have had 1 golden scoring opportunity, but a misfire on that one. They're going to find some offense now down early in this one, and they've got the puck. Andrew Kopp on left wing. Cuts it across that Winnipeg line, sends it towards the goal. Hellebuck tapped it aside. As they battle for the puck and skates along the right wing boards down in the Winnipeg zone to our left. Puck is chipped back out to the neutral zone, though, and from there, Albert Johansson will shoot it back in. Detroit peeling off to get a line change just past the 5-minute mark of an opening period that has not been good for Detroit as they trail the hockey game 2-0, and now an icing call against the Jets. Bring a face-off to the right-hand side of Connor Hellebuck.
Other games tonight, Calgary Flames on the road against Utah, and again, Utah playing at home against Calgary off to a great start. Ollie Mottogue playing his first game of the season for Utah. Vegas Golden Knights really playing strong hockey now on the road against the LA Kings. The New Jersey Devils also West will take on the Vancouver Canucks. Just 1 regulation loss for Vancouver.
Pionk, as Paul mentioned, with that goal, is 2nd of the season and 11th point of the campaign. Boy, between Pionk and Morrissey, 2 defensemen racking up some impressive numbers, more than a point a game.
Yeah, we're both well over 20 points when you combine their totals together. Kyle Connor picks up his second point of the game, and Mark Scheifele picked up a second assist on that last goal by defenseman Neil Pionk.
Play down in the Red Wing zone. There's a pass up the left wing. DeBrincat trying to find somebody in the middle. That pass hits a skate, and the Jets go marching right back in on left wing. Iafallo, who Paul mentioned a moment ago, part of that big Dubois trade. He'll send it around the boards. It's behind the Red Wing net, dug out of there by Iafallo. Now worked over along the corner by Petrie. They get the puck back towards the point. Now dump it right back in deep. Around the boards it goes and out to center ice. Here come the Jets once again. They got a man breaking in front. That was Morgan Barron. Can't get it to him. Puck now tapped along the far corner. Petrie goes after it along with Iafallo. And the Wings will move it up the right wing. Comfort dropped it off to Kopp. Kopp will dump it in. Hellebuck out of his net. Swept the puck on the near side where the Jets look up ice. A long stretch pass for Velarde off his stick. Scheifele follows the play and sails it right to the goal mouth. As it's along the far boards, and J.T. Comfort will play for the Red Wings. Carrying it up the far boards down in behind the Winnipeg net. Kopp in there battling for it. Came free for Comfer, who's passed at the back of the goal. Jets now send it up the far side. The puck will carry him to the neutral zone. With 7 minutes gone in the opening period, the Jets have outshot the Wings 6-0 and have a 2-0 advantage on the scoreboard. Now Patrick Kane with the puck. Wings a little shell-shocked him.
Yeah, we all are.
Discombobulated right now as trying to get something going as Sider leads him across the line. A drop pass and a shot, the save, and a big rebound in the left wing circle. But unfortunately, at the last moment, tapped away from Austin Watson. Watson on recall from Grand Rapids with Tarasenko out of the lineup tonight. Now puck's shot down behind the Detroit net and fed around the boards by Rasmussen. But now out, give and go, and the Jets with it, a shot from that left wing circle went sailing wide.
Potent third line back on the ice now for head coach Scott Arniel.
Left point Morrissey, passed in the middle, got away, but the Jets managed to hold it in. Near side now, they'll drop it back. A long attempt, that's blocked out in front. Carries to the right side where it's played by Christian Fisher. Now on to Watson. Watson will feather it into that Winnipeg zone. Here come the Jets. Backing across the line on right wing. Cole Perfetti, the outstanding young former first rounder. Cole Perfetti tied up. Puck jammed loose, though. The Jets will swing it around to the far side. Rasmussen to go get it. Flipped it down the ice. It will not go far enough for icing. Back to play it is the veteran Colin Miller.
Former Red Wing of Vladislav Nemestikov centers that second line. He's got it right now across the blue line.
Walk in. Oh, good chance there for Logan Stanley, the big rangy defenseman, but he drove that shot wide. Here's Rasmussen now back up ice. Wings, three of them hit the line. Rasmussen wide right from the corner. Tried to backhand it in front. That got blocked. Gets it right back, though. Berggren, good play to the point for Sherrod. Shot, save, rebound. Big, juicy one in front. Knocked away by the Jets, though. Held in along the blue line by Sherrod. Dropped it off along the corner. Marco Kasper will play it. Kasper swings it around to the far side. Stanley drags it up the boards. Lost it. Recovers, though, to chop the puck up the far side and now lifted into the Detroit zone where Sherrod will go back and get it.
It's a strong chip of the Red Wings at third line. Kept the Jets back inside their blue line for a good 30 seconds. Ben Sherrod backhands it in from center ice. The Wings get the forechecking game going one more time.
Can't have them in there for very long, though, as the Jets break free and up ice they go once again. Behind the net were Lions. Swept it around the far side. Wings will tap it down to that Winnipeg zone. Neil Pionk has got one of the two goals, his second of the year. Gabriel Velarde got him off and running, so Winnipeg with 2 goals in a span of a minute and 14 seconds on top here. Now taken down on the play was DeBrincat. Fans looking for a call. Meanwhile, shot from a sharp angle by Larkin off the outside of the net, and the puck is dumped all the way down. This will be an icing call against the Jets with 10:02 to play here in the opening period. Ian Bob Kaiser in for Ken Cal along with Paul Woods and Daniela Bruce. We'll pause 10 seconds right now for station identification on the Detroit Red Wings radio.
The fastest game on ice. He scores! Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91.
Face off down in the Winnipeg zone. Welcome back to Little Caesars Arena. As the Wings down 2-0 early. Play back underway in the down in the Detroit zone, but a hand pass is going to be called against the Red Wings. Timeout just past the halfway point of period number 1. Quick start for the Jets. They're up 2-0. The league's best team right now, showing it through the first half of this opening period. They're up by 2. We'll be back. More Detroit Red Wings hockey coming up in just a moment on the Wings Radio Network.
Hello, Detroit. SaySarah.com. SaySarah.com. Where you gonna go if you really want to save on a new used Chevrolet? What you say? What you say? SaySarah.com. SaySarah.com. Who's the number 1 Chevrolet volume dealer in all of Michigan, where the customer is number 1? SaySarah.com. SaySarah.com. SERRA. SaySarah.com.
Together, let's drive.
As the official partner of the Detroit Red Wings, Enterprise is ready to go the extra mile. We're dedicated to the most dedicated fans in the game. And with us on your team, you can move forward with confidence knowing we've got your back. We're always available with mobility solutions. Whether you need a rental, replacement, truck, or even tailored business strategies, at Enterprise, your goal is our goal. And we're ready with the assist.
From Novi to Royal Oak and down to Woodhaven and even Windsor, Ashley has Detroit covered when it comes to affordable, high-quality furniture and unbelievably comfortable mattresses. After nearly 20 years in the community, Ashley is proud to be the first official furniture and mattress partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Shop any of our 7 Metro Detroit locations and mention this partnership to receive 20% off your purchase. Some exclusions apply. Visit us today and help support the Red Wings this season. Only at Ashley.
Welcome back to Red Wing hockey from Little Caesars Arena. Today's game brought to you in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Confidence comes with every card. 2-0, Jets on top. As we return you live, and again, Bob Kaiser in for Ken Cal, just a little under the weather. Alongside Paul Woods and Daniela Bruce. Tim Jetski, our engineer, here from high atop the ice as the Jets winning a face-off. A long shot, easily gloved down by Alex Lyon. Big trade made this week, Daniela. Oli Mata dealt away for a draft pick.
Yeah, that trade came through late last night. He was dealt to Utah for a 2025 third-round pick. So the upcoming NHL draft, the Red Wings will have an extra pick. Derek Lalonde talked about that trade today. Said he totally understands where that one came from. Seems like Steve kind of let this play out, having 8 NHL defensemen on this roster. One thing Newsy had some trouble with was setting his lineup every single night. He said he was leaning on Steve a lot to this point because from defensemen 5 through 8, there wasn't that much of a difference. So hard for him to set that lineup. And one thing they wanted to do as an organization was get Albert Johansson some more playing time. He had earned it in the 3 games that they've seen him in. They like what they've seen so far. So he'll get a little bit more opportunity here just with 7 NHL defensemen.
Johansson in the lineup tonight, as is Justin Hall. Austin Watson, as we mentioned, called up from Grand Rapids. He too playing tonight. Now the Wings, another great chance for Edmondson, who crept in from that point. Great opportunity, but he misfired. Wings have had a couple of those. Andrew Kopp earlier, and that time Edmondson cruising in. Good play, but unable to finish with Simon Edmondson there. And the puck now back in the Detroit zone.
You look at the scoreboard, you think it's a one-sided first period. It's not the case at all. Actually, they scored one of their goals off a face-off in the Red Wing zone. The other one was a bang-bang play, a good play off the rush, but it's been a pretty evenly played open period of play. Jets are offside at the Red Wing blue line. You know that game with going back to Utah, they actually lost 2 defensemen this week, and that's one of the reasons why they had to make a deal and picked up Oli Mata, who won 2 Stanley Cups with the Pittsburgh Penguins. But that's the thing about the NHL, can change overnight. All of a sudden you're running on all cylinders, everybody's healthy. Next thing you know, 2 of your top 6 defensemen go down. You've got to find somebody else. They're battling for the playoff lives in the Western Conference as well.
We got a timeout on the ice here at Little Caesars Arena. We'll pause as well. Happy Halloween, by the way, to everybody. Lots of scary things happening here inside Little Caesars Arena tonight. Well, the scariest is the Wings falling behind early 2-0. Let's hope they can turn that around.
Good news is we got plenty of time.
Absolutely. We'll take a break, come back. More Detroit Red Wing hockey coming up in just a moment, live from Little Caesars Arena in downtown Detroit. This is Red Wings hockey on the radio, Red Wings Radio Network.
Colon cancer. I'm turning setbacks into comebacks. I am Henry.
I'm pain-free and at full strength after spine surgery. I am Henry.
A life-saving delivery ensured my shift could continue. I am Henry.
When you need care to get you back on your game, trust the only care team chosen as the official team physicians for the Detroit Red Wings. Henry Ford Health. We are Henry.
Wings fans, skate into bliss this season with Carbliss, the no-carb, no-sugar, 100-calorie premium vodka cocktail. With power play flavors like black raspberry, pineapple, cranberry, and lemon lime, there's a Carbliss flavor for everyone. Find ice-cold Carbliss at Little Caesars Arena all season long, at retailers near you and at drinkcarbliss.com. Carbliss, an official ready-to-drink cocktail of your Detroit Red Wings.
Rocket met with first-time home buyers to get real about buying a home.
When you don't understand the process, you don't know what steps to take.
Money is just scary to begin with. There's so many question marks.
I wish there was like a home ownership coach out there.
My name's Austin. I'm an executive at Rocket. We're doing a lot, but we can do more just listening to you today.
Get real solutions to real concerns. Call 800-4ROCKET.
Rocket Mortgage LLC, NMLS number 3030, NMLSConsumerAccess.org, equal last name lender, licensed in all 50 states.
The Jets off the draw. Look out in front of backhander. Hit the crossbar. Oh, boy, Perfetti had a great chance there. And he had line beaten over the glove, but he rang it off the crossbar.
You've seen the importance of faceoffs here in the first period. That's another good scoring chance right off the draw for Winnipeg Jets. The Wings get a faceoff their own zone. They win that draw and almost take a 3-0 lead.
Patrick Kane, great pass back to the line. Johansson cuts in, lets it go. That's right on. Save made by Hellebuck. Patrick Kane following up the play along the near boards, swung the puck into the corner, taken away and cleared by the Jets.
And Kane's been really good here in the opening period. I think he's far and away Red Wings' most dangerous forward the first 20 minutes.
He's tapping his stick, asking for the puck from Hall. He gets it, dropped it off to Andrew Kopp. Kopp sailed it right to the goal mouth, all the way through to the corner where it carried him to the stick of Kyle Connor. Look out on the right wing, Velarde. Back to Connor in front, he scores. What a first period for Velarde and especially Kyle Connor. He's figured in on all three of the Jets' goals. 2 great assists, and what a move he made there on the pass from Velarde to put the Jets up 3-0.
Just wind it back a little bit further, though, Bob. Get back into the offensive zone. The Wings have control of the puck in the offensive zone. Instead of making a play, they turn the puck over. That's how fast it happens in the National Hockey League. You can count to 4, maybe 5 seconds. It's going to be a good scoring chance. Perfect execution off the rush by the top line by Winnipeg Jets. A beautiful passing play. A needless turnover for the Red Wings. 3-0 lead for Winnipeg.
Connor, 3-point game already, and we still have 4:16 to play in period number 1.
You know, he goes down as one of the most underrated goal-scoring forwards of the National Hockey League. And back on the blue line, Josh Morris, he goes as one of the most underrated defensemen back there. He's equally good offensively and defensively. Quick little centering pass to Winnipeg, broken up by the Red Wings. He's going to get their top line going here with Dylan Larkin. He's out there right now with Lucas and Raymond. Haven't got a whole lot going here in the opening period.
About a tall task here, Paul. Down 3-0 in any National Hockey League game, home or away.
Well, you mentioned Winnipeg being down 4-0 in Toronto. They came back and took an empty netter by the Maple Leafs to put it away late in the third period. So no lead is safe in today's NHL.
Colin Miller with the puck for the Jets at center ice. He'll slip it down behind the Red Wing net. Lyon dancing out to play it. Flipped it up the far side. Morrissey, left point, held it in. Now got it behind the Red Wing goal. Look out, right in front. A good chance for Lowry, and that one deflected over top of the goal.
And there's that the third line again for Winnipeg. It's momentum shift is what it is. The other team comes back a little bit. They put that group out there, and next thing you know, you're back inside your blue line, and they're making plays.
It's Colin Miller back up ice again. Scales it into the Red Wing zone. Around to the far sided win. Austin Watson will pick it up and clear it out, but shot right back in by Logan Stanley. Under 3 minutes to play in this first period. Not been a good one for Detroit. Down 3-0. 7 shots on goal for the Jets and 3 goals.
Can't really fault Alex Lyon. Any of those goals, just perfect passing by the Winnipeg Jets.
What a move, Connor, on that last goal. Took the pass, and no sooner got the pass, went backhand or forehand to backhand, and completely took Alex Lyon out of the play and tucked it into a half-empty net. And now the Wings down to the Winnipeg zone. A sharp angle attempt from Joe Valeno, gloved down by Connor Hellebuck, who holds on for the whistle.
Washington Capitals picked up a big win last night, 5-3 against one of their divisional opponents, the New York Rangers. A big win at home for the Rangers, or for the Capitals. How about Alexander Ovechkin? 2 more goals, now 3 on the season, and now just 40 goals behind Wayne Gretzky for the most goals ever in the National Hockey League. Well, that Washington Capital team turned around and hurt. That Spencer Carberry's an outstanding young coach.
And the wing Dylan McIlrath making a name for himself all this.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. Multiple point games, and then taking on the big guy Rempe in a scrap and cutting his.
Got to give him credit for never giving up. Good job by Dylan McIlrath.
30 years old, a former first-round pick. He's won 3 Calder Cups in the American League. One, of course, in Grand Rapids in 2017, and then back-to-back with Hershey. And now getting a chance to live out that dream. Maybe finish his career in the National Hockey League. Now, Kyle Connor with the puck for the Winnipeg Jets down in the Detroit zone. Seider tied up on the play, jumping in there is Velarde. Velarde left the puck now where the Jets will drop it back to the point. DeMello across to Morrissey. Good defensive play made by Berggren. Rubbed him out of the play, took the puck aside, flipped it around to the near boards, but held in now by the Jets' Dylan DeMello. In front of the net, we get Seider taken down. That's going to be a penalty against Winnipeg, so maybe this can bring a bit of a turnaround for the Red Wings. A power play, if they can get a goal here, that would certainly be a big boost heading into that locker room at the end of one. Shifley is going off.
Just hoping Merritt Seider's okay. Sort of landed awkwardly on his side and his shoulder, but he seems like he's all right. Shifley's really not involved in the penalty killing for Winnipeg Jets, but a big chance the Wings get right back in it late in the first period.
And a Wings power play brought to you by Carbliss, the preferred ready-to-drink canned cocktail of your Detroit Red Wings. First attempt for either team on the power play. Wings will have DeBrincat, Larkin, Raymond up front, Kane and Seider.
And the Wings are 5 for 27 to start the season on the power play. You think that bad, and it is. The Toronto Maple Leafs are 3 for 30 in their power play.
18.5% are the Red Wings. That's 18th in the National Hockey League.
You know, they get the special teams turned around. The power play hasn't been bad. It's 18th in the NHL, as you said, but you can get that a little bit better. But the penalty killing has got to improve. Only the Edmonton Oilers have allowed more power play goals against than the Red Wings, so improve those two things, and that'll definitely help their chances to win more hockey games.
Jets control the puck off the draw, quickly shoot it the length of the ice. Red Wings now will go back and get it as we've got a minute remaining here in the opening period. 3-0 Winnipeg. Larkin into the zone, dropped it off to Raymond. He cuts in a shot, and that's off a leg wide. Rebound gobbled up by Seider. Seider will scoop it around the boards. Red Wings go grab it. Lucas Raymond, right point, swings it back down low. Played by DeBrincat to Seider to DeBrincat. Ooh, he had an open lane there. Maybe thinking just that he saw that opening and reached back to play the puck, but it either bounced over his stick or he was just in too much of a hurry to get to the front of the goal. Either way, the Jets able to send it back down the ice with 27 seconds now to go in the opening period. There's Raymond back in. Sent it behind the Winnipeg net. No pressure by the Wings, and picked up now by Neil Pionk and launched all the way down, and back to get it is Mort Seider with 10 seconds left in this first period. Here's Comfer now to Casper to Berggren. Back to Casper on left wing. High slot. Seider lets it go. Save. And the rebound quickly tapped out of there by the Jets. And that will do it for the first period of play.
And the Red Wing fans not happy with the team's performance the first 20 minutes of play. Not as bad, I think, as the scoreboard might indicate. But got to give the Jets credit coming off that big defeat at home ice. Their first loss in regulation of the season. They bounced back and started quick in the opening period, but still plenty of time left in this one. Red Wings down 3 goals.
Well, again, shots don't necessarily indicate just how bad the period was in terms of the score.
It's scoring chances. That's what the number you want to look for. Shots. That's a good example of what you're just going to say in here. 8 shots for the Red Wings and 7 Winnipeg Jets, but they had far and away the more dangerous of scoring chances and have a 3-0 lead because of it.
And the 2 great chances the Wings had misfired on both.
Look who was out there again, the Red Wing power plays, that third line again, centered by Adam Lowry. And again, these guys, they become a weapon. Again, not like a liability. Well, we got to play these guys. It's their turn to go out there. They have a big job description on that team, and that's what the Red Wings have got to develop. They've got to get much more productivity from the third and fourth lines.
First period shots on goal brought to you by the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. And again, 8 for Detroit, 7 for Winnipeg. A 2-0 lead just 4 minutes and 2 seconds into the opening period. And then Kyle Connor is 9th of the year among the NHL leaders in that category at 15:44, adding to a rather miserable period for the Wings. But a lot of hockey to be played. First period break is coming up next. It's all brought to you by Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Stand by. Jeff Rieger is standing by for our first intermission report with the Jets up 3-0. This is National Hockey League action live from Little Caesars Arena in downtown Detroit.
If you're a Wings fan, you expect the best. That's why there's only one poker app for you. PokerStar is America's #1 poker app with more games, more players, more chances to win, and the most generous rewards program in the game. Plus, new customers get $100 in free play. Download the app and sign up today. 21 plus and present in Michigan. Opt-in and poker wager required within 5 days of sign-up. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable poker tournament tickets and casino site credit that expires in 7 days. See terms at PokerStars.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER for confidential help.
This truck season, think about all the things you can do in a Chevy truck. You'll be able to... Or you can... You can even just... With impressive towing, incredible bed and tailgate functionality, and multiple powertrains, Chevy trucks have what you need to get things done. When you want to do it all, Chevy's got you. Chevy, official vehicle of the Detroit Red Wings.
Hate's a strong word, but if you bought your home or refinanced in the last few years, you probably don't love your monthly mortgage payment. Well, rates have finally dropped and refis are back. So don't wait another day to connect with your local home loan expert at mortgagematchup.com. They'll work with you on a personalized refi plan that can help you save money now and for years to come. Don't hate your rate. Refi now. Go to mortgagematchup.com. Powered by United Wholesale Mortgage LLC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 3038. Licensed in all 50 states and the District of Columbia.
Shop Meijer this week for monster deals and spooky savings. Save on bulk Fuji or Gala apples, just 99 cents a pound. From creepy to just plain silly, our huge selection of Halloween costumes for the entire family are now 25% off. You'll be the favorite house on the block when you hand out Halloween snack or jumbo-sized candy. Buy 2 bags, get 1 free. And Halloween tree pails are only $1 each. Shop these frighteningly good deals and more in-store or in the Meijer app. Exclusions apply.
Hey, it's Ken Cal, voice of the Red Wings. There's a homegrown squad that's been around even longer than the Wings. Rose Pest Solutions turned pro over 160 years ago and has dominated pests ever since. Rose safeguards your home or business against pests like bedbugs, cockroaches, rodents, and spiders. Their technicians are also equipped to meet all safety regulations. That's why Rose is an official partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Pest problem? Rose is the solution. Call Rose at 800-966-ROSE or go to rosepestsolutions.com.
Jeffrey, go back in the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios. All Jets in that first period, 3-0 after 20 minutes. Check the game summary. It's brought to you by Dynatrace Cloud, done right. Winnipeg, really good hockey team. They skated into this game 8-1-0, and they attacked Detroit right away. 2:48 mark. Gabriel Velarde, third of the season. Connor and Stanley with the assist. 1-0 Jets.
Jets back up. Connor right in front of the score. What a play. Kyle Connor setting up Gabriel Velarde right on the doorstep, and he tucked it into the crossbar at 2:48 of the opening period. It's the Jets on top 1-0.
About a minute later, Jets strike again. This time Neil Pionk, second of the season. Connor and Scheifele with the assist. 2-0 Jets. Very late in the period, 15:44 to be exact. Kyle Connor already with 2 assists. Got his 9th of the season. Velarde the assist. 3-0 Jets.
Velarde back to Connor in front. He scores. What a first period for Velarde, and especially Kyle Connor. He's figured in on all three of the Jets' goals. 2 great assists, and what a move he made there on the pass from Velarde to put the Jets up 3-0.
That's going to do it for the first period. 3-0 Winnipeg after 1. Check the shots on goal in favor of the Red Wings, 8-7. Hits in favor of the Red Wings as well, 9-5. Jets have won a lot more faceoffs than Detroit, 11-5. Just one power play went to Detroit. They did not score. 3-0 Jets after 20 minutes of action. Come back. We'll talk to Daniela Bruce about it. You're listening to Detroit Red Wings Hockey.
It's time to think Ford first. Right now, check out the 2024 Ford Escape at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. The Escape comes with Bliss, blind spot information system, with cross-traffic alert and plenty of cargo space to fit your lifestyle needs. Right now, Easy Plan trade-in lessees can lease a 2024 Ford Escape SUV active all-wheel drive for $279 a month for 24 months, with $1,789 due at signing. Payment includes waived security deposit, excludes title, taxes, and license fees. Not all buyers will qualify for low-mileage Ford Credit red carpet lease. Payment includes $4,000 trade assist. Offer only valid on package 200A. Take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by October 31st. See dealer for qualifications and details. So lease a Ford Escape SUV active all-wheel drive for $279 a month only at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
Are aches, pains, or injuries keeping you on the sidelines? At Athletico, our movement experts are here to help you turn your setbacks into comebacks and create a personalized game plan for your recovery. With no prescription or referral needed, Athletico Physical Therapy is where your comeback story begins. Get started today by scheduling a free assessment at athletico.com. Official partner of the Detroit Red Wings.
Enterprise is proud to be the official partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Your goal is our goal, and we're ready with the assist.
Welcome back to the 1-800-CALL-SAM studio. It's all Jets in that first period, 3-0 over the Wings. Time now for the intermission conversation brought to you by Meyer, hometown partner of the Detroit Red Wings radio network. Get you back to downtown Detroit, the LCA. Daniela Bruce standing by. What's going on, Daniela?
Not much, Rieger. How are you doing tonight?
Fantastic. Give me your thoughts about that first period. Jets attacked early and often. They lead at 3-0.
Yeah, you know, I was just thinking about it too. The Red Wings came out with some jump. They had some really good scoring chances really early in the period, and then the Jets just pounced on them. Every opportunity the Jets had, they took advantage of it, and they were great on the rush. The Red Wings turned the puck over in the offensive zone, and it takes about 3 seconds for the Jets to get down the ice in a 2-on-2 situation and find the back of the net. So they were just really good, really accurate. I don't feel like the Red Wings were as bad as the score might reflect right now. They do have 7 shots on net, which I know has been a touchy subject as we've gone through this season. Yeah, right? They outshot them in that first period, which is crazy. But I think hopefully they settle down a little bit and they can kind of control things on the rush, because I think that's where they're having their biggest problems. If they turn the puck over in the offensive zone, this team is back at them quicker than we can blink, and they're finding the back of the net. So hopefully in the second period they can find a solution to that and stay on top of them a little bit more and be a little bit cleaner in their own zone.
So I was looking at the stats coming into this game, and Kyle Connor, local guy, he had 8 goals. He led their team. Now he has 9 goals. He gets 3 points in that first period. He's got to be an early favorite to win the Hart, does he not? He's been remarkable this season.
Oh, he's been excellent, and you know he's always going to put on a show here in Detroit. I know a ton of family that comes and sits in these stands to watch him play when he's here, so he's always playing good in Detroit. Connor Hellebuck, too, plays well here. It's a Kyle Connor show right now, let's put it that way. He's been involved in all 3 of the goals, scored 1, picked up assists on the other, so 3 points in just the first period of this game. He loves playing in Detroit. We kind of hate it, but he loves it.
Give me your thoughts about the Olimata trade last night for a 3rd-round pick. I think this means that you have more flexibility with financial issues, not to mention, I would assume it's Albert Johansson that's going to get more time. He was a -1 in that first period, but he was really impressive the first 3 games this season with the Wings. Is that what the plan is, more Johansson, do you think?
Oh, yeah, I think that's definitely part of it. Having 8 NHL defensemen on the roster, the active NHL roster, can be tough because then you're battling who's in the lineup when, and you're trying to get everybody in there. We saw Olli Mata, Eric Gustafsson, and Albert Johansson kind of flopping in and out, and Justin Hull in there too, and just who's been in the lineup and who hasn't been. So this makes the decision a little bit easier, and it does allow them to play Albert Johansson, because if you know anything about the Red Wings, they don't like to call up their young guys and have them sitting in the press box or sitting on the bench, right? They want them on the ice, playing in situations and getting better, and I think they were really impressed with what they've seen from Albert Johansson. It was 3 games before tonight. Like you said, he's a -1 tonight, but not a great period as a team, I would say. So I think that is the goal. Get him more playing time, get him more familiar with the NHL, and hopefully build even further on the young core of defensemen that we have.
Daniela Bruce has a great podcast. It's called The Conversation Line. You do it with Ken Daniels and Ken Cal as well. You guys had an awesome guest, Lucas Raymond, your latest guest. What was the biggest thing that came out of that podcast, do you think?
That Lucas Raymond is a Gossip Girl fan.
Oh,
just
really?
finished watching.
I am too.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Gossip Girl, but I was just surprised when we asked him what he's watching right now, and the answer was, I just finished Gossip Girl, and I kind of like, was that your choice, Lucas? He's like, yeah, I wanted to watch it. I thought it was a great show. I'm like, okay, that's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, but hold on a second. Lucas is in his early 20s. Gossip Girl has been off the air for, I feel, 15 years.
Yeah,
maybe longer.
I was surprised. But hockey-wise, we talked a lot about the new contract and what his offseason was like in dealing with waiting for that deal to be done, not knowing if it was going to be done in time for camp, his relationship with Mo Sider. Just a lot of really great things came out of that. And obviously we had some fun because we were talking about Gossip Girl. So there's that.
It's called The Conversation Line. Get it wherever you get your podcast. All right, the serious questions. Tomorrow is Halloween. What are you dressing up as?
I am so lame this year. I don't have a Halloween costume, and I promise you I'm normally really good at this. Like, if you go back on my Instagram, I have some great Halloween costumes. Vince and I did Beth and Rip from Yellowstone last year. Vince is my fiance. We dressed up as them last year. I've done the Hocus Pocus trio. I did that at a Red Wings game. Hulk Hogan. I have some really great Halloween costumes, and I dropped the ball this year. I'm not going to lie.
So does that mean you're staying home handing out candy?
Correct. It does. It does mean I'm handing out candy.
Which brings me to my next question. So the guy you work with, Ken Cal, he's all about Halloween. Apparently, if you go to the Cal residence tomorrow, you get the full-size candy bar, and for the adults, you get some alcohol as well. Do you subscribe to the full-size candy bar? Is that what we're giving out tomorrow?
I don't. I'm a mini candy bar person. A mini, but I give you a lot of options. I'm a chocolate person. So I always go for the chocolate stuff, but I will mix in some like Sweet Tart, Sour Patch Kids, all those things. But with like the Butterfingers, I'll have Kit Kats, I'll have Reese's, all the good chocolates for sure. Okay. You have options, and I'll let you take more than one. You don't get the full size, but you can take a handful if you want.
Perfect. All right, last question for you. This is the toughest. The best horror movie character. Who is it? We talking Jason, Freddy, Michael Myers, Jigsaw?
We were talking about costumes. I actually dressed up as Freddy Krueger one year too, which was a great costume. So I'm going to go with Freddy. I feel like Nightmare on Elm Street, that's one of the best.
Fair enough. Good one-liners too. Daniela, great stuff as always. We'll catch you in the second period. Thank you.
Thanks, Rieger. Appreciate it.
The great Daniela Bruce. Coming up next, the Out-of-Town Scoreboard. You're listening to Detroit Red Wings hockey.
You slept on it funny. I think it's supposed to be that color. It's probably just something you ate. That'll clear right up with some aloe. Some chicken soup will have you back on your feet in no time. Not sure. But Mom will probably know.
Don't rely on guesswork. For 85 years, Blue Cross has been providing Michiganders with access to the care and resources they need, and will be ready to help for the next 85 years.
I'm attorney Mark Bernstein. 1-800-CALL-SAM is always a free call. And your fast, confidential consultation is always free too. And for over 50 years, our no-fee guarantee means you don't pay us a fee unless we win your case. If you're hurt in an accident, get the Bernstein advantage. Call 1-800-CALL-SAM. What do you have to lose? It's free.
1-800-CALL-SAM.
Hurry up and try Little Caesars Crazy Puffs. They're 4 fun-sized Crazy Puffs packed with layers of pepperoni, cheese, and sauce, and perfect on the go. Enjoy Crazy Puffs on a unicycle. Whoa! In a hot air balloon! Or riding piggyback on your friend Keith. Faster, Keith, faster!
Can I have a delicious Crazy Puff?
Sorry, Keith, they're too tasty. Whee! Try Little Caesars Crazy Puffs on the go for only $3.99.
Pizza.
Available at participating locations. Prices may vary. Prices higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and third-party online sites, plus tax.
At Corewell Health, we know time doesn't heal all wounds. Hard work, innovation, and we do. We're fighting cancer with proton therapy and music therapy. We're turning back the clock on Parkinson's with deep brain stimulation and outsmarting blood clots in seconds instead of days. Because this is your time to take control of your health. And it's time to show that together, we can. Corewell Health.
Save time every time when you use online check-in for a great haircut at Great Clips. Proud partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Download our app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Welcome on back. 1-800-CALL-SAM Studios. Wings, a lot of work to do. They trail the Jets 3-0 after 20 minutes of action. Check the out-of-town scoreboard. Brought to you by Rocket Mortgage, Buy, Sell, Finance, and Save. Games later on tonight. On the day before Halloween, Lightning and Avalanche in Colorado. That's at 9 o'clock. How about the start for Nikita Kucherov? Already 8 goals. Kyle Connor has 9 for the Winnipeg Jets. 9:30, Flames in Utah go at it. Dylan Gunther off to a nice start for Utah. He's got 6 goals. 10 o'clock, Sin City. Well, it's actually in L.A. Golden Knights make the trip to Los Angeles to take on the Kings. That's at 10 o'clock. And at 10:30, the Canucks and the Devils will play in Vancouver. Brock Boeser has 5 goals for Vancouver. Devils 6-4-2. The Canucks are 4-1-3. All right, let's get you back to downtown Detroit. 1 period in the books. Wings got some work to do. They trailed the Jets 3-0. Bob Kaiser, Paul Woods, Daniela Bruce. 2nd period. Guys, take it away.
They call that the battle of the Hughes brothers, the 2 Hughes brothers from the New Jersey Devils. Taking on Quinn Hughes and the Vancouver Canucks. And, of course, Quinn Hughes coming off that Norris Trophy win last year. That'll be a very difficult game, but I'm taking the Vancouver Canucks and now in just 1 regulation loss so far this season under head coach Rick Tocchet.
And speaking of 1 regulation loss, the Wings' opponent, the Winnipeg Jets. What a start. 8-0, Paul, until running into a buzzsaw on the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Jets had given up only, 16 goals in their first 8 games. Pretty impressive.
You know, the Wings did what I hoped they would do, and that's stay in the penalty box. So they've got the best power play in the National Hockey League. So that wasn't a problem. But again, they didn't manage the puck well. Got it in the offensive zone. They just turned that puck over. Next thing you know, Kyle Connor and Velarde, who were outstanding in the opening period, another dazzling rush by those 2. And then they lost a face-off deep in their own zone. And Neil Pionk, the defenseman, the guy who got the shot, or started it, back up behind the right point, was allowed to move down there and get down in front. And no chance for Alex Lyon, who had no chance, I thought, in all 3 goals. So he's going to make some saves here in the second period. The Wings could definitely play better, but they did. I guess Winnipeg did what I didn't think they could do, and that was win the 5-on-5 battle.
Goaltenders in place. Connor Hellebuck to our right. Alex Lyon for the Red Wings to our left and ready to go. Again, Bob Kaiser in for Ken Cal, along with Paul Woods and Yella Bruce. Great to have you along with us. Let's hope we keep you with us. Get back into this hockey game.
Still in the power play to start the second period. Here comes Patrick Kane quickly through the neutral zone.
Across that line, Raymond down the far boards. He'll drop it to the line for Sider. Now across top of the right wing circle. Larkin will play it. Now back to Mort Sider. Sider takes a look, fanning on a pass, but maintains control. Got it in deep for Larkin. Back to Sider. Sider across. Here's Kane cutting in. A shot. He snapped that one wide. The puck now tapped into the far corner. Wings put it right in front, and Kane trying to connect with DeBrincat on the doorstep. He was all tied up, and the puck now played by the Jets, and they'll send it all the way down. That's an icing call against Winnipeg. With 43 seconds gone here in period number 2, it remains 3-0 in favor of the Jets.
And the Wings had their chance, but unfortunately tied up down in front. 3 defenders back for the Winnipeg Jets. Just couldn't get to that loose puck to rebound. Connor Hellebuck was not a busy goaltender in the opening period. He won the Vezina Trophy last year as the league's best goaltender.
We'll drop the puck to the right of Hellebuck. Andrew Kopp wins it clean. Back to the line. Petrie let a shot go. That one blocked by Lowry. Petrie stays with it, though, and Sends it all the way deep into the Jets zone. Winds up on the stick of Comfer, who'll let it go wide of the net. Rebound attempt. Petrie stepping into one, and a good right pad save made there by Hallebuck. Now Ben Sherrod, his former teammate in Winnipeg, dropped it off to Berggren. Berggren sends it in wide of the net. Played off the end boards by Dan Petrie. Or Jeff Petrie, that is. He put it behind the net in the centering pass. That one's picked off, and Lowry, right to left for the Jets, will cruise it across the Detroit line and put it behind the net where Shifley is the first one on it. Tied up on the play by J.T. Compher. Ehlers jumps in there trying to come up with a loose puck. Instead, it winds up on the stick of Kyle Connor behind the net. He's grabbed onto by Petrie, and the puck now tapped away out to the neutral zone. Ehlers will play it for the Jets. Pass in the middle, knocked away. Ehlers gets it back, drops it up. Look out. Connor walks in, shot save, rebound. Knocked away from him at the last moment. Now a centering attempt that Lyon put a stick on. Carried off to the near side. The Jets with it, launched it back down low, where with the help of Ben Sherratt, the goaltender Lyon, able to reach down and cover it up.
Nicholas Ehlers got out there, Mark Shifley and Kyle Connor. Those three moved that puck extremely well in the offensive zone. Probably had three good scoring a chance. The Wings were fortunate right there. Winnipeg did not take a 4-0 lead.
You know, Daniela, we were talking about Andrew Kopp and maybe even redefining his role. He certainly wants to get back to that offensive game, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And I know we're lacking a little offense here today, but his line, JT Compher, Patrick Kane, they've created a few chances. Andrew Kopp had some really early grade A scoring chances in this game. And I talked to him earlier just about the uptick in his offense that we've seen. He has 4 goals on the season, which is tied for a team high right now. And he said it's always been a part of his game, especially before that core surgery he had a couple of years ago. And as he's been getting back from that, he finds himself getting back in that offensive role. And he thinks he's getting to the net a little bit more, finding the greasy areas that he used to find before. We saw him with some beautiful tip-ins and some goals from the hard areas. And that's the kind of player he wants to be moving forward.
Could use one of those greasy, dirty goals right about now just to get a little bit momentum, get this crowd behind him. As the puck right now in the Detroit zone, Wings turned it over. Here's a chance from the right circle. Good save there. Sneaky good save by Alex Lyon. That one looked like it might have been headed to the upper left-hand corner there, Paul.
Yeah, Wink dodged a bolt again and just can't do that. That was Christian Fischer. And again, that puck comes along the boards. It's not an easy play, but you just can't backhand in the middle of a slot there. If you got to go anywhere, off the boards, off the glass, get a pass to the defenseman, but not to there. And again, those are the kind of mistakes that really can cost you in National Hockey. And really, the Jets should have probably scored a goal here in the first couple of minutes. And we just got to get better defensively.
Jets winning the draw. Pionk letting a shot go. Sealed it in purposely wide on the end boards. Shifley unable to come up with it. The Wings do and march up ice, left to right. They'll flip the puck behind the Winnipeg net. Jets scoop it out the center. Pionk had it. Stripped away, though, by Edmondson. Following up the play is Connor. Kyle Connor sends it rink wide to Shifley. He gets knocked down on the seat of his pants in the near corner, trying to keep the play alive, and does, as he's being worked over pretty good by Moritz Seider. Now, Seider without a stick. Look out, back in front. Oh, great chance for Connor, and he snapped that one wide.
And Moritz Seider still has no stick, and now he quickly goes to rubbing bench and gets one.
He missed the handoff there, but had to go back. That's another second that could be deadly in the NHL.
They'd come down and scored or kept the puck inside the blue line and scored in that kind of play. That would haunt you for a long time.
You believe in that, Paul? Like, you know, once you break a stick, no matter where you're on the ice, just go get one?
No, I'd stay in position first.
Yeah. Here's Edmondson now with a puck into the zone. Long shot, and that'll deflect up out of play.
A couple of former Red Wing defensemen playing well. Jake Wallman, 1 goal, 7 assists, 8 points, plus 2 for the San Jose Sharks. Good luck now, the Sharks. They've won 2 consecutive games. And how about Shane Gostisbehere? He has actually given Carolina what they were lacking. They couldn't score on the power play. He's got 4 goals, 7 points, and also plus 2 for his new team, the Carolina Hurricanes. That's exactly what the Hurricanes needed last year. They just couldn't score in the power play in the playoffs, so they fixed the big problem with that to team. I'm not quite sure if they're strong enough down the middle, Carolina, but Gostisbehere is definitely making an impact so far.
Been known to put some points up. Shane Gostisbehere.
Yeah, he's real good offensive. You just got to live with the defensive play. He's not the best at that, but
that's now with the puck back into that Detroit zone. They'll send it in wide of the net, carried out the far side, and lifted out of there by the Wings. Lowry back into his own end. Will play it for Morrissey. Pass up the right wing. Sherratt stepped into his man. The Jets send it up the left side all the way down. That's an icing call against Winnipeg with still a lot of hockey left here. Obviously, 15:36 to go. It's an odd game, Paul, and it seems like the Jets are just completely dominating, yet the shots are almost dead even.
Well, it doesn't seem like they're dominating until we turn the puck over. Then all of a sudden bad things happen. You think we've had some numerous turnovers and also that face-off we lost back in our own zone. So they really haven't controlled the play. The shot totals are probably a better indication the way the game has gone. 9 for them and 8 for us. But we just made some major mistakes.
The Jets being second best team in the league right now offensively are going to cash in on those, especially guys like Kyle Connor. Although just a moment ago he missed a golden opportunity to score his second goal of the game.
Yeah, and 4 points. How about the Winnipeg, Dallas, and Minnesota? Those 4 teams in the Central Division have combined for only 4 regulation losses.
That's Christian Fisher now with the puck, dumped it in. Wound up with it himself. Wings tapped it out in front. Austin Watson trying to connect with Veleno, but that's knocked away and cleared.
This line trying to play physical for Detroit, and that's a good idea. Trying to get momentum going the other way. Linesman waves off the icing call, and a clean breakout here by the Winnipeg Jets. Logan Stanley easily comes out of his own zone.
Lays it across to Colin Miller. Miller across that line. Here's a pass right to the goal mouth. Skipped by Ehlers, played by Berggren. Up the right wing to Casper, quickly in the middle, trying to work it through to Rasmussen. Missed him. Puck is in center and shot up the left wing boards by Justin Hall. That hits the linesman and goes out of play.
So much talk about the Winnipeg Jets, and well-deserved. Just 1 loss in the first 9 games of the season. But up in the Minnesota Wild, won again last night in Pittsburgh, 6-1-2. In their first 9 games, Grill Kaprizov leads the National Hockey League, 18 points so far this season. But that's a great story in Minnesota. Again, they have salary cap restriction because of players that they signed earlier on. And that's going to go away next year. Minnesota Wild, that's a dangerous team. And Marc-Andre Fleury picks up the victory against his former teammates last night in Pittsburgh in a very emotional game for him.
Yeah, I was going to say they laid out the red carpet treatment for him, didn't they, last night?
Well deserved. Why the heck is he not playing for the Pittsburgh Penguins?
The greats of all time, not just on the ice but off it. Loved by teammates, fans, media, you name it. Hard not to love Marc-Andre Fleury. What a career he's had now. Winnipeg dangerous again in that Detroit zone. Long shot from the blue line, tipped on net. Rebound right back in front. Here's Connor passing to the goal mouth. That one broken up. And the wings, Alex DeBrincat will move it ahead on the right wing to Raymond. Raymond cruising behind the net. Here's a centering pass, and Pionk put a skate down and knocked that one away. And now Scheifele back up ice for Winnipeg. He'll hit the line and backhand it in. Petrie to go back and get it. Takes a look up the left wing now. Off the stick of Larkin behind the Winnipeg goal.
We're singing the praises of that third line for Scott Arniel all night long. That top line has been outstanding here in the first period and a half.
And the puck deflecting into the Detroit bench across the way. That'll bring about a halt in the play here at Little Caesars Arena. We'll pause. It's the Jets 3 and the Red Wings nothing. Downtown Detroit, this is the action of the National Hockey League on the Detroit Red Wings Radio Network.
We are Feiger Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Red Wings. For over 70 years, Feiger Law has been your hometown team of trial lawyers for auto crashes, truck accidents, birth trauma, and injuries due to medical malpractice. Let our team of homegrown trial lawyers win big for you. Feiger Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Red Wings. All we do is win.
All we do is win.
Life can get busy, and finding time for doctor's appointments, well, it's tough. That's why I'm glad McLaren is making it easier. Now I can book online, do a virtual visit, or even check into the ER from my phone. Better access means better care. And with more providers and shorter wait times, they're making it work for me. McLaren, your care, our commitment. Find the care you need at McLaren.org.
J.P. Weiser's Canadian Whiskey is a proud partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Sure, we could have teamed up with Toronto, or Montreal, or even Ottawa. But we'd rather support our neighbors across the river, because we've been doing things our way since 1857. So grab a bottle of our smooth, new 10-year-old whiskey and taste what it means to be wisely done.
second period tonight brought to you by Jack Demmer Automotive Group. Jack Demmer Ford and Jack Demmer Lincoln. Discover the Demmer difference. Bob Kaiser again in for Ken Cal tonight, along with Paul Woods, Daniela Bruce, Tim Jetski, our engineer, here high atop the ice at Little Caesars Arena. Jenny Wynotsky looking after things on the controls as play underway, and the Red Wings still trying to find a spark here. Down by a 3-0 score. They battle for the puck in their own end and clear it out of there. Dylan DeMello will play it back into his own zone for Josh Morrissey.
And the third line right back out there for Scott Arneal. They could come back from the neutral zone. Lowry down the right side.
Scott Arneal's done a nice job, obviously, the former Winnipeg Jet. There's Marco Kasper now with the puck for Detroit on the right wing. Rasmussen takes the pass. Down the boards he goes. Lets a shot go, and Hellebuck just got a piece of that one. And as the Jets now will work it right back up ice. Morrissey dropped it off. Ehlers gave it away inside the line, and now the Wings had a odd man rush, but they're at the end of the shift. They'll dump the puck in, peel off, and get a change. As the Jets wind it up and head back up ice. It'll be Nemesnikov lifting it in. He has it himself down along those end boards. Red Wing zone to our left now. High slot. Stanley, a good hard wrist shot from about 40 feet out. And Alex Lyon tested with the glove hand, makes the save and hangs on.
Well, see, there's what happens again. And then the key game in hockey is puck possession. Again, when you have the puck on your stick, they can't score. We'll come down the ice with 4 players. We try to dump it in, make a change. Next thing you know, it's back inside our blue line. They work it back to the blue line. They get the scoring chance. Well, we got to keep it inside their blue line. Don't let them come back into our zone. They can't score from there. It's 200 feet away. Hockey comes down to really just winning the battles, or the willingness to fight those battles for the puck. The team that wins the most battles, he's going to win the game. You watched that game last night, I'll tell you, the Philadelphia Flyers and Road, what a convincing.
Jets off the draw, another chance. As Paul alluded to earlier, those face-offs.
That's Cole Perfetti on the doorstep, and he just did miss that. Maybe went off the outside of the goalpost, and a bang-bang play down low. Some interference against the Winnipeg Jets, and that took another dangerous scoring chance away from the Jets.
Looks like Logan Stanley's going.
Big, strong, towering defenseman. Ran in some interference, and the Red Wings are in defensive coverage. Jets aren't happy with the call, and the faceoff comes all the way back inside the Winnipeg blue line.
No, it's actually Sandberg.
Another big, strong defenseman, Dylan Sandberg.
So he'll sit it out. 8:07 into period number 2.
It's a big moment in the hockey game. Right now, the Wings have a chance to get themselves right back in it with their second power play of the game.
Larkin, Raymond, along with Kane, Sider, and DeBrincat. Here's Larkin, his shot, he scores! Dylan Larkin on a one-timer from just under the top of the left wing circle. Bang, bang play. The Wings, there it is, Paul, that spark that hopefully will get them moving in the right direction as they get on the board and trail now 3-1.
Yeah, that's just exactly the doctor ordered right there, you know, and it came after Winnipeg had a couple of chances, the offensive zone, a chance to make it a 4-0, pick up a needless minor penalty, and the Wings convert, and there's the importance of face-offs. Wings weren't good in the opening of period, won the draw, perfect pass back to Larkin. He drifted back towards the blue line, let it go just inside the goalpost, not much chance for Hellebuck. A very important goal for the Red Wings.
Wings goals on our Light the Lamp promotion, brought to you by DTE Energy, as Larkin has his 5th of the season. That should instill some life in the players, most importantly, but the crowd as well. Now look out, Jets right back in. Boy, that would have been a dagger.
John Connor down low again. No one picked him up. He was probably just 5 feet away from Alex Lyon, who just made a key save.
He just gets open, doesn't he, Connor? What a hockey player. Now the Wings up ice. Here's Larkin, sharp angle attempt on Hellebuck off his shoulder. So he held his ground along that far goalpost. Wings holding the puck in. And the Jets, Kyle Connor will play it. Down to 11 minutes now to go here in period number 2. It's suddenly a 3-1 game. Raymond and Sider earning the assist on that goal by Larkin. 1 for 2 on the power play as the Red Wings take advantage. Here's Kane now angling right in front, and at the last moment, the Jets reached in with a stick and poked it away. Now Winnipeg back up ice. Barron on left wing. Can't break through the Red Wing defense. Here comes Comfer with a full head of speed. Near side for Kane for the one-timer, and he failed to make clean contact with it. Neil Pionk will turn from his own zone and send it all the way down. That's going to go right on net. The ice will get washed out. As the puck free in the Detroit zone. Look out, without a stick is Barron trying to kick the puck towards the front of the goal. Instead, it's at the near point where it'll be played by the Jets. Sandberg across to Pionk. Now back to the right point. Long shot there through traffic, and that one's stopped by Alex Lyon. Puck is held in. Look out, Jets behind the Red Wing defense. We're heading up ice. They'll drop it back. Here's Stanley cutting in. Lost the puck. Goes to the boards to get it. Now Stanley leads it across along the far side. Colin Miller back to the left point to Logan Stanley, and a sharp angle shot turned aside by the goal paddle of Alex Lyon. Near corner they go. 9:40 to go. The Jets responding from that goal and taking control again here. They've got the puck in the Detroit zone. Here's a feed out in front. Patrick Kane caught back and put a stick down, tipped that one away. Red Wings will shoot at the length of the ice, and that's going to be an icing call against Detroit with 9:26 to play here in the middle period.
I'll say one thing. They're the most balanced team I've seen all season long. They can roll all four lines. Any of the four lines can cause problems. And if not for Alex Lyon here in the second period, this game is probably over. He's made probably 4 or 5 saves here in the second period to keep his team in the game. Another big face-off coming up. The former Red Wing Nemestikov will take it. J.T. Compher, the same 5 players, had to stay on the ice for the Red Wings. They're tired right now.
By the way, that's the 217th goal scored. Dylan Larkin tying him for 13th place on the Red Wings all-time list with Nick Libet.
He was a great player, Nick Libet, and a teammate for many years with the Red Wings.
You played with him for a long time, didn't you?
Well, he played in the NHL for a long time with the Detroit Red Wings, but yeah, he was a great player and a good hard-nosed left winger.
14, if I remember right.
Yep, exactly.
Way down behind the Detroit goal, puck deflecting up into the air, not a play, and that will bring a halt to the action down below. So the Wings have got a goal. They're on the board, but somehow need to wrestle that momentum away. They did not exactly do that after Larkin got that 217th career goal and 5th of the season on the power play. It is a 3-1 game. Wings are back in it with 8:57 to go. We're in period number 2, and we're at Little Caesars Arena in downtown Detroit with Detroit Red Wings hockey.
Enjoy fall in a new Ford from Jack Dimmer Ford. Now is the time to take advantage of tremendous lease offers. This month, Ford AZ customers can get a 24-month lease on the 2024 F-150 Super Crew for $339 a month with $39.69 due at signing with no security required. And includes $1,500 in RCL renewal.
15 left in period number 2. Red Wings get set to go to work on a power play. Quick plus-minus update brought to you by Rocket Mortgage.
New York Rangers got beat last night 5-3 with the Capitals. The third line's been outstanding. Philip Hedels plus 11 leads the National Hockey League. Capo Caco Limay plus 7. Will Cooley plus 10. Those three have combined 22 points, 8 goals. They're a big part of the Rangers' success early this year. Wings have it. Siders got it over to Kane.
Kane takes a look on the power play. They'll feed it now to Raymond, to the line to Sider, to Kane in the right wing circle. Stepping into him, Barron, and Barron's able to knock the puck free. He's going to skate it up the ice with Larkin draped on him. He'll fight him off and flip it down behind the Detroit net.
He's a big, strong power forward. He can easily play in that third line. He's part of that fourth line, and a good, strong shift by him, but lots of time left. Here come the Red Wings.
Barron, a 6th-round draft pick of the New York Rangers.
How many guys drafted in the 6th round end up playing in the NHL? Credit to him.
Wings with it. DeBrincat pass inside the line. Blocked defensively there. Good play by a follow as the Wings now pick it up and work it in. There's a shot. They score! Alex DeBrincat in the lead. Might have tipped that attempt from Lucas Raymond. And DeBrincat should get the goal. It's another power play tally. How about that ball? The Wings are 2 for 3 in the power play, and they are right back in it now at 3-2.
And a good job, Alex DeBrincat, paying the price down low. Good work by the Wings. Hard, low shot, deflected up behind. No chance for Connor Hellebuck. Up and below, right below the crossbar. And don't look now, down 3-0, just down a goal with 2:20 left in the second period.
What a difference.
That was a good job by Lucas Raymond, too, getting that puck through the net. and good body position by Alex DeBrincat. The Wings have become much more physical here in the second period. Physical and disciplined at the same time to get themselves back in the game.
Hellebuck's had his struggles over the years, Paul, with Detroit. Not terrible by any stretch, but compared to most teams, the Wings have put some pretty good numbers up on him.
He had to struggle in the previous game against the Toronto Maple Leafs. He wasn't at his best. And how about Alex Lyon just shutting the door here in the second period of play? It's allowed his team to come right back into it.
There's some jump on the ice, and there's some jump in the stands as well. Red Wing fans right back in this thing. It's a 3-2 hockey game as Pionk with the puck and the shot tips right on. And Lyon, he had that one hit him. And the right pad as that puck was going high in the air and then deflected down to the right pad of Lyon, who makes another big save. Here's Seider now with the puck behind his goal. On to Simon Edmondson. Edmondson long stretch pass. Rasmussen trying to connect with Casper. Knocked away, but Berggren follows up the plays all by himself deep in the Winnipeg zone as Detroit making a change, and that will give the Jets some time and space. They'll lift it out the center. Nikolai Ehlers comes up with it. Long shot from the right wing. Turned aside by the blocker. Once upon a time called the Waffle. Back in the day as Alex Lyon steered it off to the near corner boards where the Jets go in, dig it free. Morrissey back to the right point, and a wrist shot there by the defense, breaking a stick to Mello. The Wings are up ice now with numbers. They'll lift the puck behind the net. Andrew Kant goes busting in after it. Knocks his man down. Well, under a minute to play in the second period. Kant trying to drag that puck out from underneath Ehlers, and they do finally get it free, and the Jets, though, will pick it up and lift one ahead where it's played by Perfetti. Perfetti across the far side where he'll take a return pass in the right wing corner down to 22 seconds to go in period 2.
See how they retain puck possession? They just don't throw it away or throw it to an area. They just hang on to it. They're willing to fight the battle against the Red Wing defenseman. That's the Winnipeg Jet forwards. They still have it deep in the Red Wing zone.
They work it across. Here's Sandberg. 8 seconds to play. Long shot. That deflected out in front. Wound up far side. Jets go in and get it. Back to the right point. Ooh, and a shot there. Redirected again off the outside of the goal, and that will do it. Boy, that could have been a devastating goal right there with just seconds left in the period. But the Red Wings will maintain that momentum, scoring 2 power play goals, Larkin and DeBrincat. And just like that, it is a 1-goal game with 20 minutes to play.
And I thought the Red Wings' third and fourth lines got a whole lot better in that second period of play. Some good shifts by Marco Casper. Jonathan Berggren had some good chances. Michael Rasmussen, he was much more involved, and the Wings were much more involved physically in that second period of play, but did it without picking up minor penalties, and that's been the difference in the hockey game. Detroit 2 goals on the power play, 3 even-strength goals for Winnipeg Jets. Very important third period coming up now for both these two teams.
All right, so 2 periods into the books, and the Red Wings down by 1. We're going to send it downstairs right now to Daniela Bruce.
Thank you, Bob. I've got Red Wings goal scorer Alex DeBrincat. Alex, you scored that second power play goal of the period. Let's go back to the first, though. A tough period for you guys, falling behind 3-0 early to the Jets. What was the difference in the second period?
Yeah, I think we had more compete in the second period. I think, we're harder on pucks. I think they bullied us around a little bit in the first period. Made some good plays in the rush. A couple detail mistakes, losing assignments in the D zone, off the draw. And I think, that period we were a little more focused and, winning battles, making them take a couple penalties, and obviously converting on the power play.
What was the mood and the energy like in the locker room after that first period? What message did you guys take away into the second?
I think we just knew we had better. I think, that was not our game. We're playing lazy. We weren't playing strong on the puck, and obviously a couple turnovers cost us. So, going into that second, we knew we had a lot better, and just get back to the way we play the system, and, work them down low.
2 power play goals, that's great for your special teams and your power play. What was working out there tonight?
Yeah, I think first one's a great play off the face-off. Second one, I think, just getting to the net, obviously just hits my stick. I think great play by Ray, and, I think we have more, and, we need another one.
Lastly, what do you need to tie this game here in the third period?
A little bit of the same compete we had there, maybe a little bit more. I think we still have more in the tank, and, can play them down low a lot better, get in their zone, and, get some shots through. Get home a dirty one. I think that's going to be the name of the game.
Thank you, Alex. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks.
Bob, back to you.
All right, thanks, Daniela. And certainly some pretty goals scored in this hockey game, Paul, and including the two, the Red Wings managed to fight back into this game now and set the stage for what's going to be a heck of a third period.
You know, again, that power play, always knew their power play would come around. If they get the penalty killing and working as well, and thankfully we've not had any shorthanded situations tonight. Hope that continues the third period, but get them special teams that correct it, running on all cylinders. Got lots of skill for that power play. In my mind, there's still a team that can make the playoffs, but boy, this Atlantic Division is so competitive. Toronto's in third place with 11 points. And you get the Ottawa Senators in last place, actually, or the Boston Bruins, hard to believe in last place, but 9 points, but 2 points separating 6 teams in the Atlantic Division. So it's going to be a battle all season long. Every game is critical. Very important third period coming up, but the Red Wings seem to come alive in that second period and played much better than we saw in the opening 20 minutes.
Red Wings 4-4-1 entering tonight's play. Not a great start, but not all that bad, and certainly some good signs. One of them, Dylan Larkin and Alex DeBrincat. Two of them, I should say, each with 5 goals. They're in 40-goal paces right now, although still very early, but that's a good sign, and certainly both are capable.
What I saw Larkin do good tonight, Bob, against Edmonton was I've never seen him do in his entire NHL career, but what a job he did on Connor McDavid and just stayed above him the entire time in the game and not worried about scoring, and it almost worked out good for the Red Wings. Edmonton won it in overtime, but that was a great defensive game, the best I've ever seen him play defensively in his time with the Red Wings.
All right, Jeff Rieger standing by. Second admission report coming up with the Wings back in the hockey game. It's the Jets 3 and the Wings 2. Stay with us from Little Caesars Arena. This is Detroit Red Wings hockey.
After beating colon cancer, I'm turning setbacks into comebacks. I am Henry.
I'm pain-free and at full strength after spine surgery. I am Henry.
A life-saving delivery ensured my shift could continue. I am Henry.
When you need care to get you back on your game, trust the only care team chosen as the official team physicians for the Detroit Red Wings. Henry Ford Health. We are Henry.
Rocket met with first-time home buyers to get real about buying a home.
When you don't understand the process, you don't know what steps to take.
Money is just scary to begin with. There's so many question marks.
I wish there was like a home ownership coach out there.
My name's Austin. I'm an executive at Rocket. We're doing a lot, but we can do more just listening to you today.
Get real solutions to real concerns. Call 800-4ROCKET.
Rocket Mortgage LLC, NMLS number 33, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, equal last name lender license in all 50 states.
Shop Meijer this week for monster deals and spooky savings. Save on bulk Fuji or Gala apples, just 99 cents a pound. From creepy to just plain silly, our huge selection of Halloween costumes for the entire family are now 25% off. You'll be the favorite house on the block when you hand out Halloween snack or jumbo-sized candy. Buy 2 bags, get 1 free. And Halloween tree pails are only $1 each. Shop these frighteningly good deals and more in-store or in the Meijer app. Exclusions apply.
It's alive! Wallside Windows has built a monster of an offer. 80 months, no interest with no down payment. Or save an extra 20% off when you pay cash. Plus half off every window you buy. We've created our best offer yet. You'll save thousands, and installation is guaranteed by the holidays. 80 months, no interest. Call Wallside today. 1-800-521-7800 or go to wallside.com.
I'm attorney Mark Bernstein. When people contact us, they always ask, is this call and consultation really free? The answer has always been yes, it's free. For over 50 years, it's always been free. A free call, a free consultation, and we don't get paid unless we win your case. That's our no-fee guarantee. Get a free consultation at 1-800-CALL-SAM or callsam.com. It's always free.
1-800-CALL-SAM.
Jeffrey, go back in the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios. Good period for the Wings. They put up a couple, trailed the Jets 3-2 after 40. Go ahead, check the scoring summary brought to you by McLaren and the Karmanos Cancer Institute, your best chance. Detroit trailed 3-0 after 20 minutes of action, and then they got on the power play. Dylan Larkin, 8-13 on the man advantage. Raymond Insider with the assist, 3-1.
And a shot, he scores! Dylan Larkin on a one-timer from just under the top of the left wing circle. Bang, bang play in the Wings. There it is, Paul, that sparked that hopefully will get them moving in the right direction as they get on the board and trail now 3-1.
Power play worked so well the first time. Why don't you do it again? They did. This time, Alex DeBrincat from Raymond and Cider, 1740 mark, 3-2 hockey game.
Pick it up and work it in. There's a shot to score! Alex DeBrincat, I believe, might have tipped that attempt from Lucas Raymond. And DeBrincat should get the goal. It's another power play tally. How about that ball? The Wings are 2 for 3 on the power play, and they are right back in it now at 3-2.
Right back in it indeed, Bob Kaiser. 3-2 after 40 minutes of action. Shots on goal in favor of the Jets, 19-15. Check out the hit totals, 21-7 in favor of the Red Wings. Jets have won more faceoffs, 18-14. Jets, the best power play in the NHL, still waiting for their first opportunity on the man advantage. Red Wings, as Bob just said, 2 for 3 on the power play. 3-2 Jets after 40 minutes of action. Second period break brought to you by Clean Express Auto Wash. Also, the shot totals brought to you by the Metro Detroit Toyota dealers. 3-2 Jets after 2 periods of action. We'll come back, get you back to Detroit, talk to Paul Woods about it. You're listening to Detroit Red Wings Hockey.
When your goal is a new automobile, there's no better call to make than North Brothers Ford in Westland. They've received the prestigious President's Award over 23 times. It's the only Ford dealership on Ford Road, and they've been conducting business for over 87 years. Stop by today and check out their league-leading selection of F-150s, Broncos, Expeditions, Mustangs, and so much more. Their certified salespeople are committed to providing the ultimate customer service, and highly trained technicians will ensure you get the very most out of the life of your vehicle. Score big with the North Brothers Ford team today.
Dearborn brand products are a taste of tradition, and we support the Wings because nobody represents tradition better in sports. Fall is here, and Dearborn brand would like to help you celebrate Oktoberfest and the beginning of hockey season with the same great sausage and hot dogs served at Little Caesars Arena. Available all over Metro Detroit and at our Dearborn and Roseville factory stores. Visit DearbornBrand.com for locations near you and to see our mouth-watering selection of hams, sausage, hot dogs, and snacks. Remember, it's DearbornBrand.com.
You don't like to brag, but you're a pretty impressive person. You're detail-oriented, have a great work ethic, and you're a great communicator. Stop being so modest. Use all your amazing qualities to start a career at UWM. You'll get paid training, growth opportunities, and enjoy our inclusive workplace culture. Of course you don't want to take credit for your awesomeness. That's so you. Apply at uwmjobs.com today. Opportunity lives here.
Returning A to Z plan trade-in leasees can lease a 2024 F-150 XLT 4x4 Super Crew for $339 a month for 24 months. Only at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
3-2 Jets after 40 minutes of action downtown Detroit on Halloween Eve. Get you back for our intermission conversation. It's brought to you by Meyer, the official partner of the Detroit Red Wings radio network. Paul Wood standing by at Little Caesars Arena. What's going on, Paul?
Not much, Jeff. Pretty good second period of play. Wings bounced back after not doing so well in the opening 20 minutes of play, and now a chance to pick up a point, hopefully two, against one of the better teams in the Western Conference.
How impressive were the Wings on that power play, especially in the second period? They get 2 chances. They bury both opportunities against a really good netminder.
You know, Jeff, that's why numbers don't mean a darn thing. You know, like they got 12 power play goals going in, we got 5.
Right.
In the game time, we got 2, they got none. Like, you know, so you can go through all these stats and say this is important, that's important. One thing that's important is the game on the ice and then the battle between the two teams.
And Paul, give me your thoughts about just puck-moving teams. Are the Winnipeg Jets the best puck-moving team you've seen all season long? Would you go with somebody else? Yeah. I mean, the way they move the puck is pretty amazing.
Right on. You're exactly right. It's a very important thing, you know, and that's what they do. And again, what they do too, Jeff, is they retain possession. If it's not there, they don't force the issue. And again, that's some of the mistakes that people make, and especially this level here. You just can't do it. If you've got the puck, the other team can't score. It's when you turn the puck over, especially in the offensive zone, they got so much more ice and open ice. Next thing you know, they're coming down in bunches, and bad things going to happen. And they got so many finishes in this league that it's not much chance for the goaltender. But yeah, Winnipeg Jets really do a good job. But again, their coaching staff and Rick Bowness before Scott Arniel, he would have preached that, and Scott Arniel was more of a two-way center iceman. So he believes in it well. But the Winnipeg Jets have had great success using that strategy the last couple of seasons.
So I'm looking at two guys, Kyle Connor, 9 goals, and then there's Nikita Kucherov, who got his 9th goal just today for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Of those two guys, which guy is more important to their team, do you think?
Wow, that's a good one. I think I don't know. I was going to say Kucherov, but then I started looking at Kyle Connor in that top line with Mark Scheifele, and that group's been good. Connor, Cole Coughlin of Montreal, quietly, and Nico Hischier all have 9 goals now on the season, but I got to go with Nikita Kucherov. I mean, he leads the NHL in scoring. This guy is dangerous, and he really helps with the power play, but Kyle Connor's not that far behind.
All right, so the $1 million question, Paul. Every season I kind of feel like we write the Boston Bruins off. They're getting older. They lose players. Currently last place in the Atlantic. Is this the year they missed the postseason? They're 4-5-1.
I don't know about missing the postseason, but I don't think they're going to finish in the top of the Atlantic Division standings. If they do make the playoffs, they're going to be down near the bottom, like 4th place, something like that. I'm not sure. Brad Marchand just got 1 goal to start the season. David Pastrnak, not his usual self, but again, they've got a great 4th line, one of the better 4th lines in hockey. And again, they still got one of their goaltending tandem. Jeremy Swayman still there, hasn't played up. He got the big contract, hasn't lived up to expectations so far, but he missed a lot of training camp. But never count out the Boston Bruins. They just they have a certain way they play, and the guys that go there seem to adapt to it quickly. And the thing about the Boston Bruins, too, is their top guys really haven't produced as of yet. They will get better. So I say the Bruins are a playoff team, just not going to finish near the top.
Paul Woods, great stuff as always. We appreciate it. We'll catch you in the third period where hopefully the Wings come back and get a big 2 points.
Need the points badly. Thank you, Jeff.
Absolutely. The great Paul Woods. Coming up next, we'll check the out-of-town scoreboard. You're listening to Detroit Red Wings Hockey.
Hello, Detroit. SaySarah.com. SaySarah.com. Where you gonna go if you really want to save on a new used Chevrolet? What you say? What you say? SaySarah.com. SaySarah.com. Who's the #1 Chevrolet volume dealer in all of Michigan? Where the customer's #1. SaySarah.com. SaySarah.com. SERRA. SaySarah.com.
Together, let's drive.
When it comes to Coney's, nobody does it better than National Coney Island. With convenient locations throughout Metro Detroit to serve you, National has been a part of Detroit since 1965. And they're not just about Coney's. Bring in the family for some delicious chili fries, or pancakes, or a hand-dipped chocolate shake. They're all about the food you crave, and about being fast, fresh, and friendly at your local National Coney Island restaurant.
In every home, someone is always too cold or too warm.
What's the temperature in here? I'll just...
And then there's someone who's trying to save money.
Step away from the thermostat.
Well, DTE wants to help with both. Seal air leaks, add insulation, and change filters regularly to save up to $200 a year. And stay comfortable, too.
Ah, warm and cozy.
Get more tips at DTEEnergy.com/saveenergy. DTE.
Get ready, Little Caesars Arena, because light beer just got better. And Sam Adams is here to elevate your game day experience. With the clean, crisp taste of American Light, you're not just grabbing any light beer, you're upgrading to the best in the game. It's smooth, easy drinking, and oh, so refreshing. You'll be reaching for another one in no time. Plus, American Light is brewed right here in the USA using all American sourced ingredients. Sam Adams American Light Beer. Because when life calls for a cold one, it's always Sam season.
Roofman for all your roofing needs for 3 generations. Go to roofmanusa.com or call 734-662-3300.
Welcome on back. 1-800-CALL-SAM Studio. Big third period about to get going. Jets on top of the Wings 3-2. Get you back to Detroit in moments. First, the out-of-town scoreboard. Brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Buy, sell, finance, and save. Other games going on. It's almost over in Columbus. Blue Jackets up on the Islanders 2-0. Cole Sillinger gets his 6th of the season in that one. Lightning all over the Avalanche in Denver 3-0. Nikita Kucherov, 9th goal of the season in that game. 9:30 Flames in Utah. 10 o'clock Golden Knights in La La Land to take on the Kings. 10:30 Devils in Vancouver to take on the Canucks. All right, let's get you back to downtown Detroit. Wings, a little work to do. They trailed the Jets 3-2. Bob Kaiser, Paul Woods, Daniela Bruce, third period. Guys, take it away.
Jeff mentioned that Tampa Bay game on the road against Colorado. Colorado now is missing 5 of their top 9 forwards. That team's in trouble. And Ross Colton, who was leading the National Hockey near the top with 8 goals on the season, he's going to be gone for a couple of months. They've got major injury problems, and not guys will be back next week. Long-term injuries. They've got some decision to make in Colorado if they're going to qualify for the playoffs this year. Cale Makar off to a great start. He's got 17 points in the first 10 games.
Red Wings and the Jets to drop the puck and begin third period play. Joining us late, Red Wings without Tyler Mott, who is on the sidelines, and Vladimir Tarasenko. Flu bug got the best of him, so the Wings recalling Austin Watson from Grand Rapids.
How about Lucas Raymond just continues to pick up the points. 2 more points for him tonight. Both assists. He's now got 10 points on the season in 10 games played. And what a turnaround it's been for him in the last couple of seasons. Become one of the real good top young forwards in the National Hockey League.
Speaking of Grand Rapids, Paul, they're tied 2-2 going into overtime. In Hartford, they had a 2-0 lead behind Sebastian Cossa. He's faced 29 shots in the game, stopping 27 of those. 2-2. Griffins and the Wolfpack in Hartford tonight. And Cossa has been sensational, by the way.
Good for him. And again, the guys have called up have really made a difference, especially Marco Casper's been outstanding. Dylan Larkin out there against Adam Lowry. Dave's his dad to start the period. The captains on their respective teams. Winnipeg wins a draw and shoots it right back in there.
And came free right in front, and they score. 10 seconds in on a
bounce in off a skate, like it just hits the skate, wasn't kicked in, no kicking in motion, but that puck just kept going towards the Red Wing goal. It started along the boards and came back out, and I'm not quite sure who will get credit for it for the Winnipeg Jets, but it's a very important goal. It gives them a 2-goal lead.
What an odd play. The puck just swept towards the net by Niederreiter.
He's just a big, strong power forward, Nino Niederreiter, and just kept it going. Yeah, off the skate of the Red Wing defenseman, back across the line. That's just a bad, bad break for the Red Wings.
Alex Lyon put the stick down, tried to steer the Niederreiter attempt aside. He got a piece of it, and then it went off the skate of Ben Sherratt, off the post and in.
I'll guarantee you that's one of the most fortunate goals that Nino Niederreiter's ever scored in his NHL career. He scored quite a few. He's a big, strong power forward who really has found a home here at the Winnipeg Jets.
Dagger that is, but still a lot of hockey to play. See how the Wings respond to it. 10 seconds in. Niederreiter will get credit for the goal.
Look at Ben Sherratt going back and apologizing to the goaltender Alex Lyon. Just one of those plays, not on purpose, just happened sometime accidentally. Maybe Alex could have pounced on that puck and stopped the play because it seemed like a broken play all the way around. The big goal for the Winnipeg Jets.
Niederreiter tallying his 5th of the season. As the play back underway. It's off down in the Red Wing zone. They battle for it in the far corner. Simon Edmondson tying up.
Top line of the ice for Winnipeg Jets. A good battle there between Mark Scheifele and Maritza Seider.
Connors comes out with it. Dropped it off at the right point. DeMello let it go. That's blocked out in front. Kyle Connors got it back. Spins away from Compher. Now lets a shot go from the right wing circle, and Lyon makes the glove save and holds on to it.
See, that's what Winnipeg's really good at, and successful teams are, is just hanging on the puck in the offensive zone. Nothing was happening. It was a scrum down the Red Wing zone behind the goal line, but somehow they win that battle. They come out of there with puck possession. Next thing you know, it's back to the defenseman. Then they get a legitimate grade A scoring chance. But that's how the chances happen. A lot of times in the NHL, you've got to win the battles to generate the chance.
Red Wings winning this face-off. Justin Hall will play it up the right wing. Berggren leaned into by Ehlers, and the Jets take the puck away. Send it up the right wing, deflected deep into Detroit territory. Hall to go back and get it. Tied up by Ehlers. Puck squirts free. Good effort by Casper to jam that puck ahead to Rasmussen. Then sends it all the way down to the Winnipeg zone. Morrissey to retrieve it. Playing it around the near side to Cole Perfetti. A pass in the middle. Good job. Berggren reached in with a stick and knocked it out of midair. Controls and drops for Johansson. Now a pass at the line. Hit a leg. And Ends up being an offside call against the Red Wings.
Michael Rasmussen was on the fourth line the previous game. They moved him up in the third line, and he's played well in that line with Marco Kasper and John Bergman. They've had some quality shifts for head coach Derek Lalonde.
Michael Rasmussen scored his first NHL goal on this date back in 2018, Paul, in a 5-3 win at Columbus.
For those Columbus Blue Jackets, what a story. Just as Jeff had mentioned, have a 2-0 lead tonight playing on home ice, and of all the bad, terrible things that have happened to him, Boone Jenner, the captain, he's out for a longer period of time. Line is now a member of the Montreal Canadiens, and of course the tragedy of the Johnny Gaudreau story. But somehow now the Columbus Blue Jackets came above 500. That's a big surprise team in the Eastern Conference.
A lot of emotion there, no question. Play down in the Detroit zone. Right side long shot by Colin Miller. That one stopped by Lyon. Came back to the left point. Another long attempt and finds its way through in and out of the glove of Lyon. Chipped up the far boards and out. And here's Christian Fischer after the puck. He's got it on right wing. Now Fischer trying to lay it in front of Valeno, who's all tied up by Logan Stanley, but the pass was knocked away anyway. The Jets will play it and feed up the middle off the stick of Adam Lowry. Played by the wings. Moritz Seider will lift it in. That'll be gloved by Hellebuck and held on to.
Don Waddell took over as the general manager of the Columbus Blue Jackets, and of course he's a former Red Wing assistant to general manager. Did a great job with the Carolina Hurricanes for many, many years, and as soon as he got to the Columbus Blue Jackets, he just said, well, this is going to change in the organization now. Losing is not acceptable. We are not doing that anymore. We're in the winning business, and that's what the message the players need to hear. We're not here to fool around. We're here to lose hockey games. If we're not going to win, we're going to find different players to win for us. So you got to get that attitude. So John Davison's the president, Don Waddell the GM, good hockey men. We're going to change things in Columbus.
Was he the first GM in Atlanta, Paul?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he was, yeah. He's done a great job. Been in the NHL for many, many years.
Detroit with the puck, a long shot by Edmondson on net. Turned away easily by Hellebuck. Puck tapped off to the near side. It'll be DeBrincat to go in and get it. Now down behind. A pass into the skates of Larkin, though. He can't control him. The Jets march up ice 3-on-2 at the line. Pass across block. Kyle Connor stays right with it. Connor has earned 3 points in the hockey game, a goal and 2 assists, including those 2 assists in the first 4:02 of this one.
Good defensive play there by Simon Edmondson, winning the battle against Mark Scheifele. Not an easy thing to do. Scheifele's their number 1 center iceman, top line on the ice for the Jets, nursing a 2-goal lead.
DeMello back in his own end with it. That's up the middle, broken up by Andrew Kopp. Jets follow up the play, though, and shoot it in where it's controlled by Hall. Hall dropped it off to Johansson. That's knocked away. Came to the point, and a long shot tipped in on net. Left pad save made by Lyon. Rebound gobbled up now by J.T. Comfer. To Kopp. Now up the near side where Johansson will play it. Red Wings threw it right to the goal mouth. His little highlight kind of a play right there.
J.T. Comfer. What a great pass that was. That's a difficult play to make.
Out of mid-air, he tamped that puck right to the goal mouth. Now, Red Wings come up with it in the right wing corner, dropped it back to the point. Here's Kopp now with it. Kopp for Kane. Dropped it off in the middle. The shot blocked. Rebound, centering attempt, and diving out. Actually, already laying there was Connor Hellebuck, and the Wings just threw it right underneath him. Bit of a break for the Jets there, and that'll stop the play.
You got to give Connor Hellebuck a credit. Probably not the way he wanted to make that to save, diving head first out, and somehow he got a fortunate bounce. The puck landed underneath him. Wings were very close to getting their 3rd goal of the game. They're getting back to Don Waddell. He was the leading scorer in the International Hockey League for a long time. He was a very good center iceman.
I worked for Donnie Waddell once upon a time, Paul, with the Flint Spirits. He was the general manager there before he made a name for himself in the National Hockey League. Executive side of it, he was a very good hockey player. In fact, if I remember right, he would have been close to making that 1980 Olympic team. It was about that time he was starring in the collegiate ranks.
It's a great league, the old International League.
Puck dumped into the Detroit zone. You know that 80 Olympic team, speaking of the IHL, played Flint. I don't know if you remember. There was
is that right?
Prep game, and they beat him 16-4.
No way.
Mark Wells actually played for Flint in that game.
Who won the game?
The U.S.
Well, that's good. That's confidence builder.
16-4, literally, was the final score.
You know, Ken Morrow's written a book about that, and again, but think about it, they actually got beat by Russia at Madison Square Garden. I think it was like 10-1.
They got killed, yeah.
I mean, a couple weeks before the tournament started. That's what even makes it more amazing if they won that game.
I don't know if that will ever be duplicated to the level of upset that was. Just a monumental event in all of sports. And especially given, the powerhouse that the Russians were and having...
And there's a penalty.
Here comes a penalty now to Detroit.
Tell you what, that guy's really underrated, Nicholas Ehlers. He's a power forward, should be playing in the top three for the Winnipeg Jets. Power move, gets around the rubbing defenseman, draws a minor penalty. And the first power play of the game comes up to the Winnipeg Jets. They own the best power play percentage-wise in the NHL, 12 power play goals.
So the Wings, for the first time, are going to go on the penalty kill here.
And Albert Johansson in the penalty box, and really can't fault him. Just an outstanding move, outstanding power rush that time by Nicholas Ehlers.
Faceoff will come up to the left of the Detroit net. And the Jets will gain control of it. Feed it across, top of the right circle to Connor. Connor down low to Scheifele. He wanders behind the Detroit goal to our right-hand side. Dropped it off at the point to Morrissey. Morrissey slipped it in for Ehlers. He's rubbed out of the play. Good job there by Edmondson. Wings come up with a puck. Across that line with some numbers. A pass into the slot, though. Sider just redirected that one to the end boards, and the Wings will get back into that defensive posture here with still well over a minute of power play time remaining, a minute 26 to be precise. Jets hit the Red Wing zone. A clearing attempt as the Wings took the puck away and hit traffic, but they get it back, and once again, we'll send it all the way down.
And a great job the penalty killers, especially Simon Edmondson and Rhett Sider back on that blue line. Time coming off the clock now as Scheifele comes back to the neutral zone. Long shift for him.
Puck ramped around the boards in the Detroit zone. Winds up at the left point. Morrissey slipped it across. Now Connor has the puck to Morrissey in the middle. Left wing circle Scheifele to Morrissey. Top of the right circle to Connor, and a pass intended for Scheifele, broken up. Good stick there by Fisher, and he'll take the puck away and again launch it all the way down with 40 seconds to go in the penalty to Albert Johansson.
And a good job rubbing penalty killers, trying to keep themselves in the game with 12:50 left in regulation. They're down 2.
This penalty kill brought to you by Corwell Health. Now Jets cutting in. A shot and they score. Boy, just like that. They had done absolutely nothing to this point. Wings were just about perfect in the penalty kill, but Neil Pionk comes up with a loose puck, and from about 35 feet out, he blew it right by Alex Lyon, and the Jets are 1 for 1 on the power play. That's too bad because the Wings up to that point, Paul, had done a pretty darn good job.
And Neil Pionk's having a career season for him, and he walked in. He was probably about 20 feet inside the blue line, about the hash marks, let it to go, and just a heavy, old-fashioned wrist shot, and that's probably one that Alex Lyon would like to have back. Didn't make the save. No one seemed to be down in front of them. It's a big goal for the Jets. They scored 2 now in the third period and a commanding 5-2 lead.
Hugely disappointing third period start, that's for sure. Wings came into this third period with the momentum, having gotten those 2 power play goals in period 2 to get within 1.
It was just such a weird goal. The puck just kept going towards the Red Wing goal, and nobody seemed to play it. Then Ben Chirotto was there, and unfortunately it bounced off his skate and back in behind a startled Alex Lyon, and the Winnipeg Jets are right back on the attack.
They've got the puck at the point of the shot. That one caught Ben Chirotto in the leg, and he's slow getting up. Meanwhile, here's Patrick Kane up ice. Down behind for Raymond, or DeBrincat, that is. Centering attempt got blocked. And the puck will be played by Morgan Barron. Barron turned by Patrick Kane. Still has the puck, and they'll lift it through center where Jeff Petrie's up with it now.
Jets get lots of quality shifts from the third and fourth lines, and also get lots of offense from their defense.
There's Alex DeBrincat. Scoop the puck behind the Winnipeg net. Jets pass up the left wing, blocked by DeBrincat, but they get it right back and lift it out to center ice. Now the Red Wings, Edmondson with the puck, and we're going to get another penalty, and it's going to Detroit again. Going to be a slashing call. Frustration might be setting in a bit now as Larkin's going to go, the captain, on a slashing penalty in the attack zone. 8:21 into period number 3, and the Jets will have a second power play.
Yeah, bad break this third period, just unraveled for Detroit. And again, the Winnipeg Jets, one of the better power plays in the National Hockey League. The Red Wings now giving up the most power play goals against, tied with Edmonton. It's not a good number at 11.
42.9% the power play for the Jets. And they'll have a chance to blow the doors wide open now. They've got a 5-2 lead with 11:39 to play. We're in period number 3 here at Little Caesars Arena. This is Detroit Red Wings hockey on the Wings Radio Network.
It's alive! Wallside Windows has built a monster of an offer. 80 months, no interest with no down payment. Or save an extra 20% off when you pay cash. Plus half off every window you buy. We've created our best offer yet. You'll save thousands, and installation is guaranteed by the holidays. 80 months, no interest. Call Wallside today. 1-800-521-7800 or go to wallside.com.
Hey hockey fans, get ready to launch your game day experience to another dimension with Tangerine Space Machine, the out-of-this-world hazy IPA brewed by our friends at New Holland Brewing in Holland, Michigan. Tangerine Space Machine is a can of intergalactic hazy goodness that is smooth, easy drinking, and just the right kick of citrus. And if you love Tangerine Space Machine, don't miss out on the cosmic flavors of Peach Space Machine, both available throughout Little Caesars Arena and featured at the New Holland Bar inside the 1701 pub on the mezzanine level outside Portal 57. Let's go Wings!
This truck season, think about all the things you can do in a Chevy truck. You'll be able to... Or you can... You can even just... With impressive towing, incredible bed and tailgate functionality, and multiple powertrains, Chevy trucks have what you need to get things done. When you want to do it all, Chevy's got you. Chevy, official vehicle of the Detroit Red Wings.
Another penalty kill for the Red Wings, brought to you by Corewell Health. No matter the challenge, their response is always the same. We can. The Jets, who just scored on the power play a moment ago, even though they didn't do a whole lot for the first minute and 20 seconds of it.
Oh, boy.
Now the Wings attempting to clear the puck out. Can't. Connor's got it. Dropped it high slot to Morrissey, to Connor. The shot, the save, and a good one it was. And the puck rolling back into Alex Lyon, who knocks it down, covers it up, and a face-off will take place in the Detroit zone. And Lyon just a little slow getting up as
Christian Fischer had a chance to get that puck out. And again, in the penalty kill, you get that chance, you've got to get it down the ice. And if you don't, scoring chance going to happen right away. And that's what happened for the Winnipeg Jets. Had a good scoring chance from the point, saved by Alex Lyon. Rebound there. Mark Scheifele almost did get underneath the Red Wing goaltender.
Connor's fun to watch, isn't he? 4 goals in just 65 games last year, so he missed 17 games. He would have easily been a 40-goal scorer last season.
Oh, yeah, he's always up there around 40. He's got a good chance to get to 50. Quick breakout here by Josh Morrissey, one of the more underrated defensemen in the NHL.
Connor 6 times in his 7 seasons has 30 or more. Here's Morrissey now with the puck to the right point. Send it down low to Kyle Connor, right back to Morrissey in the middle, drifting across to the far side. Now back to Connor. Kyle Connor scooped it in behind the Red Wing net. Gabriel Velarde, who's got a goal in this one, along with an assist. Red Wings take the puck away. Here's Lucas Raymond short-handed up ice, and a shot from the left circle that got blocked by Morrissey.
Terrible giveaway by Gabriel Velarde in the offensive zone. His team's on the power play. He got a break that time, and Mark Scheifele came back. It was a 2-on-1 for Detroit, but Scheifele came back and made it a 2-on-2, and that helped out the Jets to break it up.
Winnipeg on the move. Still 28 seconds of power play time remaining. Carried down to the right wing corner. Nino Niederreiter dropped it back. Right point Pionk, who's got 2 goals in this one. Pionk give and go. Has the puck top of the right circle. Cole Perfetti. Perfetti down to Niederreiter. Back to Perfetti in traffic. Lights it off and gets the puck to Pionk and across the ice. Nemesnikov to Pionk and out of Perfetti for the one-timer. He drove that one wide, and the puck now deflecting out of play just as the penalty expires. So the Red Wings, well, maybe not. It's still a second remaining in the Winnipeg power play.
And a good job by Detroit killing off that power play, but time definitely now a factor with just 9:39 left on the clock and down to 3 goals. Had good momentum in that second period. But that strange goal to start the third period for the Winnipeg Jets definitely took the steam out of the Red Wings and this big crowd.
Penalty kill. Again, did a good job on that last Winnipeg power play, but unfortunate bounce. And now right off the draw, the Jets score again as a shot by Colin Miller. Well, that's another one. Lyon had a good look at it, Paul, and he just blew it right by his catching glove into the upper right-hand corner. It is not a power play goal. It comes a couple of seconds after the penalty had expired, but nonetheless, a goal is a goal, and it's now 6-2 for Winnipeg.
I describe him as having an iron will, Alex Lyon, just the way he can handle it, and things don't seem to bother him, but things have unraveled, and again, it was that weird goal to start the third period. The puck just kept coming through the goal crease, pushed by Niederreiter, and somehow bounces off the skated Ben Schwat and past the goaltender, and since that time, it's been a downward spiral for Alex Lyon and the Red Wings.
It's the last thing I think anybody expected to happen here, although certainly this was a test, tall order for the Red Wings, but a team that had picked up points in 4 of its last 5, showing some positive signs. And tonight, it's the Jets who just have taken advantage of about every scoring chance they've had, although Alex Lyon, as Paul mentioned earlier, especially that second period, he made some huge stops to keep the Wings in it.
Yeah.
And allowed them to get back into the game. Boy, they had that momentum, as we said, coming into this third period, but it's been all Jets. They've added 3 goals just 10.5 minutes into the period to blow this one wide open at 6-2 now. 8:46 remaining as play continues down below. There's Larkin with it, left wing to Berggren. Berggren threw it right to the slot. It winds up in the right wing corner where Connor and Kopp cancel each other out. The puck played by the Jets. They feed it up the near boards and now picked up, cleared up the boards, but not out. Here's Simon Edmondson cutting in a shot. A good save there by Hellebuck on that backhander. Rebound Comfrel on the side of the net trying to get a hold of it. Unable to do so, and Winnipeg will muscle the puck to center, and Scheifele just got hammered on a big hit there by Edmondson. As the Jets move along, dump the puck in front of the Red Wing net, glove down, held onto by Alex Lyon.
They were talking to trading him a couple of seasons ago in the offseason. Him and goaltender Connor Hellebuck, but he absorbed that hit by Simon Evans, got back up quickly. He was actually the first player closer to going towards the net. A good job by Mark Scheifele. He's become a real solid two-way player for the Jets.
We'll take a break with... We're doing just the same inside Little Caesars Arena down below, so we'll pause with the Jets up 6-2 in this one from Little Caesars Arena. This is Detroit Red Wings hockey.
Get ready, Little Caesars Arena, because light beer just got better. And Sam Adams is here to elevate your game day experience. With the clean, crisp taste of American Light, you're not just grabbing any light beer, you're upgrading to the best in the game. It's smooth, easy drinking, and oh, so refreshing. You'll be reaching for another one in no time. Plus, American Light is brewed right here in the USA using all American sourced ingredients. Sam Adams American Light Beer. Because when life calls for a cold one, it's always Sam season.
Get out there and have some fun in a new Toyota with more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else. Like America's best-selling car, Toyota Camry. It's all hybrid all the time with available all-wheel drive. Now through November 4th, you can lease a Camry LE for $299 a month for 36 months with $32.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
We are Feiger Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Red Wings. For over 70 years, Feiger Law has been your hometown team of trial lawyers for auto crashes, truck accidents, birth trauma, and injuries due to medical malpractice. Let our team of homegrown trial lawyers win big for you. Feiger Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Red Wings. All we do is win.
All we do is win.
Brought to you by DTE Energy. In just a moment, we'll get you the hardest working player, presented by Carhat. It's coming up in just a moment. Paul Woods will talk about those that he's going to focus in on in that category. The Jets have some guys who have been awfully good in this one. Kyle Connor, Neil Pionk, who's got the puck right now as the play back underway. Dump it into that Detroit zone, played by Albert Johansson up the right wing. Rasmussen hits the line, scooped it in. Wings complete the defensive pair change. Meanwhile, the Jets with the puck at center ice, and a backhand attempt by Nemestikov hits a leg and goes bouncing all the way back into the Winnipeg zone. 6-2. The Jets on top in this one, looking to improve to 9-1 on the campaign and a perfect 5-0 on the road. Loss just the other night, 2 nights ago, up in Winnipeg against Toronto. They were 8-0 until suffering that 6-4 setback.
They were benched a couple times. They were down 4-0, came all the way back and almost did tie it up late in regulation time.
Well, the Jets with it back into that Detroit zone. A pass out in front, broken up by Petrie. It came back to the right point where Colin Miller, who scored that last Winnipeg goal.
Been around for a long time now, Colin Miller. They got him from the New Jersey Devils. Devils are a much improved team in the Metropolitan Division.
Get a stop and play. Puck knocked down with a high stick. And talk about that hardest working player. Brought to you by Carhat, proud to support Red Wings hockey and all the hard-working people who make it possible.
We're going to give it to a forward and defenseman, both from Winnipeg Jets. No surprise there. Kyle Connor early on was outstanding at 3 points, a goal and 2 assists, plus the 3 in the evening. And Neil Pionk back on the blue line continues to pile up the points. 2 more goals for him now, 3 on the season. He's plus 2. Those 2 outstanding. But I will say, that third line of Lowry, Niedermeyer, and Mason Appleton, very, very important for head coach Jeff Scott Arneal.
Mason Appleton, the former Michigan State Spartan. To brink it now with the puck for Detroit up the left wing to Dylan Larkin. Larkin will send it in. Red Wings go in and get it back to the point. Now Sider a long shot, gloved out easily by Connor Hellebuck. He'll hold on to it. With 6:15 to play in this one.
And like he usually is, Moritz Sider's been a force back on the blue line. Good offensive and defense. Another good scoring chance there for him. Lucas Raymond up at front's contributed with 2 assists. And the Red Wings scoring just 2 goals tonight on 19 shots on goal.
Andrew Kopp out there and center ice spot, very flexible and playing center and wing.
The Wings had possession again, won the face-off, and then turned that puck over, and now it's right back deep inside the Red Wings zone, and Patrick Kane's back to play.
Left it for Sherrod, who tried to connect with Comfer, missed him, though, and that's going to be an icing call against Detroit.
And that's how it can unravel. And then you start thinking the next step's going to be a face-off deep in your own zone. If the other team center ice and wins that draw, next thing it's a scoring chance, and it all happened because we turned the puck over in the offensive zone instead of making a play and giving it to a teammate.
Recap this game and summarize it, Paul. Very simple. Bad start, bad finish.
And a weird goal to start the third period after the Wings clawed themselves back into the game. It's just one of those goals. It just bothers you. You think about going in. It's so easy to defend. Maybe it was right there, but nothing happened. Jets have a good scoring chance, and the Wings quickly out of their own zone.
Guess who again? Kyle Connor just carrying that puck from the right wing corner right to the goal mouth. Last moment, lost it. Now Red Wings back the other way. JT Comfer holding the puck into the Jet zone, but a pass from the right wing boards picked off. Shifley now leads the attack the other way to Connor. He drags the puck out in front and spinning. Send a pass into the doorstep for Morrissey. That was blocked.
Tried to get a little bit fancy there, Kyle Connor. That was a good defensive play by JT Comfer, just getting back in time to break it up. Another turnover for the Red Wings in the offensive zone.
Sherratt will lift it in. Disappointing night, no doubt. For Detroit, the rebound, get ready for Buffalo here on Saturday.
Yeah, that will not be easy. The Buffalo Sabres, like most teams in the Eastern Conference, are much improved.
Here's Casper with a nifty move, has the puck across the line to Hall, back in front to Casper. That got knocked down. It's it back to Justin Hall, laid it into the corner to Casper, but he's up there by a pair of Jets who took the puck away momentarily. Wings get it back, but there's Berggren's pass to the point, and it skipped right by Hall. He'll have to clear the zone. Wings do shoot it in, but the Jets very quickly back the other way, and here's Pionk with the puck in the right wing, scaled it around the boards. Veleno jammed it ahead, reaching out to grab it. Berggren across that line. Berggren cutting in with a backhand shot, and Hellebuck down the fort, makes the save, and a quick whistle. That puck never was covered, but the referee lost sight of it and blew the play down.
A powerful rush by Jonathan Berger, and down that right side, we give Lowry credit, though. The captain of the Jets just kept pumping those legs. He cut the angle down, so he let the shot go from a sharp angle, and that definitely helped Connor Hellebuck to make the save. He's not been a busy goaltender here tonight.
Well, the Jets came into this game second leading offensive team in the National Hockey League, and they might be on top after this one. 6 goals tonight to lead the Wings 6-2 with 4:15 to play, and we'll pause and continue along in a moment. If you're listening live to Detroit Red Wings hockey from Little Caesars Arena in downtown Detroit.
You just slept on it funny. I think it's supposed to be that color. It's probably just something you ate. That'll clear right up with some aloe. Some chicken soup will have you back on your feet in no time. Not sure. But Mom will probably know.
Don't rely on guesswork. For 85 years, Blue Cross has been providing Michiganders with access to the care and resources they need, and will be ready to help for the next 85 years.
Hurry up and try Little Caesars Crazy Puffs. They're 4 fun-sized Crazy Puffs packed with layers of pepperoni, cheese, and sauce, and perfect on the go. Enjoy Crazy Puffs on a unicycle. Whoa! In a hot air balloon! Or riding piggyback on your friend Keith. Faster, Keith, faster!
Can I have a delicious Crazy Puff?
Sorry, Keith, they're too tasty. Whee! Try Little Caesars Crazy Puffs on the go for only $3.99.
Pizza.
Available at participating locations. Prices may vary. Prices higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and third-party online sites, plus tax.
Are aches, pains, or injuries keeping you on the sidelines? At Athletico, our movement experts are here to help you turn your setbacks into comebacks and create a personalized game plan for your recovery. With no prescription or referral needed, Athletico Physical Therapy is where your comeback story begins. Get started today by scheduling a free assessment at athletico.com. Official partner of the Detroit Red Wings.
Welcome back again to Little Caesars Arena, where the Red Wings taking one on the chin here tonight, down 6-2 with just over 4 minutes to play, and Jets still thinking offense as they've got the puck down in that Detroit zone right now. Colin Miller has got one of their 6 goals. Neil Pionk has led the way with a pair of tallies in this one. The Jets getting a lot of production again from their defense here tonight. Pionk with 2, Miller with 1, as the play right now at center, where Simon Edmondson cruising it across the Winnipeg line, runs into traffic. Jets will pick up the puck and work it back the other way, jam it down behind the Red Wings goal, where Edmondson fights off the forecheck of Rasmus Kupari. Wheeled the puck around to the far side, and tripped up on the play was Lucas Raymond, as the Jets will handle the puck and wander back into their own end with it.
I think the referees actually put the whistles away now here in the third period, with the Jets having a commanding 4-goal lead.
And now Johansson shot it into the Winnipeg zone and went up into the netting, though, so the face-off will come outside the Jets' blue line. As a player, Paul, in a game like this, you know, your team's playing good. They're still trying to find an identity, trying to find their game. But they, the bottom line is they had points in 4 of the last 5 and beat some teams they need to beat. All of a sudden, kaboom! A game like this happens as a player. How do you deal with this one?
It's just consistency, and again, they had it, didn't have it in the opening period. They found it in the second period, played outstanding hockey, and came back and made a game. And then all of a sudden, they lost it again in that third period. But again, that goal, it just bothers you when you think about it. It just really wasn't even a shot on goal. It just was pushed from the side of the net and came out front and bounced in off Sherratt's skate. And since that time, it's just been all Winnipeg, and they've got a commanding lead. But you just got to battle through it. There's no easy way. And again, it just comes down to good habits. But the Wings continue to turn that puck over the offensive zone and not willing to keep it in there and battle the opposing team for it. And you give up puck possession against a talented group like this, bad things are going to happen.
Take some good out of it in the fact that the Wings didn't go away, and down 3-0. They were able to fight back and get within 1. Of course, Alex Lyon helped them get there, made some big stops, and then that third period, he kind of missed on a couple.
He's rarely done it, in his time with Detroit. He's just such a strong-willed person. But again, he had some good moments earlier on to keep his team in the game.
Andrew Kopp cutting in on left wing, tried to center one, didn't get there. It winds up along the far side where the Wings have it, weaving into the high slot. Casper letting a shot go. That's going to deflect up out of play with exactly 2 minutes remaining.
Then Marcos had another strong game. He just continually works hard. The third line center iceman. His line was very effective, I thought, in the second period of play. And that was a good defensive play there by the veteran forward, Kyle Connor. He'll easily be one of the stars of the game tonight.
Red Wings affiliate Grand Rapids wound up losing that game in Hartford tonight in overtime 3-2. As they've got a 5-game winning streak come to an end, but they do earn a point, so 6 consecutive games with a point.
That's the key to it. Just stay away from those regulation losses.
6-1-1 now in their first 8. This will be home Friday night. Going back out for 3 straight on the road. They just coming back now from an Eastern road swing in which they went 3-0-1. Good trip for Dan Watson and company. Now Red Wings with the puck. Justin Hall behind his own net will emerge and work it out to center ice and carry him off the boards inside the Winnipeg line. Jets up the right wing. Barron will scoop it in where the Wings have it. Rasmussen now ahead to Jonathan Berggren. Berggren pulls up, takes a look from the far boards, dropped it back. It winds up at center ice as Sider had just come on a change. And we've got 1 minute to go now in the hockey game, and the Jets have this one well in hand. Here's Christian Fischer busting up the right wing, got a step on the defense, works it right to the goal mouth, and a save there by Hellebuck. Fischer stays on it, got it free for Edvinsson, back behind for Christian Fischer. Fischer digging in that right wing corner, but the Jets are going to come out of there with the puck and work it out to center, scoop it down to Red Wing territory. Joe Valeno goes back to get it. Valeno backing across the Jets line. Long, hard shot, wrist shot right on. And Hellebuck gloves that and holds on with 21.4 seconds left in the hockey game. Let's pause 10 seconds right now for station identification on the Detroit Red Wings radio network.
The best hockey lives here. Back to Rick. Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Critical Faceoffs this year brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Confidence comes with every card. 8 seconds to go as the Jets work the puck into the Detroit zone. They'll just wheel it around the boards, and that'll do it. Disappointing loss, no doubt, for Detroit here tonight as the best team in the National Hockey League right now. The Winnipeg Jets certainly responded awfully well from their first loss of the season 2 nights ago, getting beat 6-4 by the Toronto Maple Leafs in a game that even that one, they didn't go away easy, even though the Leafs built a 4-0 lead. Maybe caught the Jets thinking a little bit too highly of themselves, and they got themselves in a hole, fought back, and eventually lose it. But they speaking of bouncing back, they do so in a big way here tonight, Paul.
Well, they can sort of push their will on you and stuff. When we saw it right off the bat in the opening period again, they got it started quickly. And again, they move that puck as a group as well as any team in the National Hockey. Again, very, very few turnovers. So very few self-inflicted wounds by the Winnipeg Jets. And they definitely are one of the top teams in that Western Conference. And the points going to keep piling up if they continue to play like that. But again, they get lots of offense. You mentioned it from the defense. And that's a big thing. If you look at the stats before the game, 30 points by the defensemen, 5 goals comparison. The Wings have 15 points collectively as the defensemen and just 2 goals on the season. So lots of offense from the defense, but that's because the forwards protect the puck, hang on to the offensive zone, and give the defensemen time to get up the ice and get involved and make it a 5-man game.
What a night for the defense. Jets tonight. 3 of the 6 goals come from defensemen, including a pair from Neil Pionk, who has 37 goals now in his career, which is closing in on 500 games. As Pionk and company beat the Wings tonight 6-2, and the Detroit record dropping a game below 500. And as Paul mentioned, they've got a tough one coming up Saturday. They're all tough.
They're all tough.
I mean, in this division, Paul, in this conference, I mean, again, you look at, there's a lot of people think that there's 6 teams that are a lock to make the playoffs, and then about 5 others or 6 others that have a great chance to make the playoffs, and then there's a few down towards the bottom. But even those teams that are considered down towards the bottom are
exactly
awfully good.
Philadelphia's won 2 in a row. They walked into Boston, beat the Bruins last night 2-0. San Jose's won 2 consecutive games. They picked up Timothy Lilligren from the Toronto Maple Leafs. He was a 7th defenseman in Toronto. All of a sudden, San Jose is getting much better. Jake Wallman's playing good there. No easy games in the National Hockey. But the good thing about it is you can lose every game, but you can also win every game. It's just how well prepared you are and how you play during the course of the game. And I know the Wings can play better at that. They were good in the second period, not good in the first period, and not good in the third.
Well, Saturday will be one of those huge 4-point games. And we're telling you, usually you're not talking about huge games in the first month of the campaign, but again, they're all huge. It doesn't matter game 1, game 80.
And this is the thing, Bob, this parity in the NHL, you can't afford to get too far behind. If you can, it's just so difficult to make up that ground.
Buffalo will come in with an identical record of the Wings at 4-5-1. At least that's where they sit right now. Between now and Saturday, I think they have another game. But anyway, it's a big hockey game for Detroit, and see how they respond from this one here tonight, suffering the